Welcome, everybody. Today is a very special day. And you might ask, why is today a very special day? Well, I'll tell you why. Because tomorrow is an even more special day. Tomorrow is the birthday of our very own Emily Grace. Yay, yay, Emily Grace. Yay. And as such...
Biggest holiday of the year!
And as such, today we'll be running a very special one-shot. This is not our normal Heroes of Absalom. No, this is something entirely different and potentially much greater. Because we are playing the official Paizo one-shot known as Sundered Waves, written by Jason Bullman and published by Eric Mona. I am very excited for that, for Emily Grace's birthday, and for some very special guests. Do you all want to introduce yourself, maybe?
Go for it, Kate.
Hello. My name is Kate. I play a lot of D&D 5e. This is my first delve into Pathfinder 2e. Very excited to be here. Very excited to celebrate the wonderful birthday of Emily Grace. Thanks for having me. I'm so excited. Big fan of the stream. So
Thank
cool.
you.
Yeah.
Thank you for joining us. And is there anything you wanted to shout out? Yes, no? Any social media, anything?
I'm a DM for 5e Homebrew campaign. We're over at D20 Error on Twitch. It's fun. There's a lot of technical difficulties.
Something we know
Come
nothing
join
about.
us. Oh my gosh, yeah. But anyways, yeah, you can go check it out there if you want.
Awesome. And
Nice.
Best name.
Hello, my name is Molly, and this is actually my first ever stream or any kind of RPG, so I'm very excited. I've watched the stream though since you guys started. I'm a big fan, so I'm excited to partake and also celebrate the wonderful Emily Grace.
yes, two awesome...
Molly and I have
Two
been,
wonderful causes.
yeah.
Molly and I have been friends since 7th grade and
Yes.
been performing together since then, and I have no doubt that she's going to be a natural.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah. Two
We'll see.
wonderful people to join us tonight on our quest for something, which we will find out here shortly. So again, very excited. Next week, however, we will not be streaming. It is the very important, ever-present Mother's Day. And so we will be off next Sunday, enjoying some time with our families. So,
Indeed.
wow. A lot to think about, especially as we jump in to Sundered Waves. But first, I've got to wear an additional hat tonight as I figure out how to work music. Yes, Dan, did you have something?
Oh, you're not talking about an actual hat.
No. See, I wanted to get a bandana for the pirate theme, but
That would have been nice.
Ooh, ooh!
myself nor
Think someone has a
neither of my
bandana.
roommates
Struck inspiration.
have bandanas, and I'm actually pretty sad about it.
Oh wow.
Of course.
That's
Kind of surprised that wasn't already there,
Great
but
hat.
yeah, you know,
I
readily.
didn't
Oh,
think
Amber?
about it until you
Oh.
said pirate.
I thought that was a
thing.
cowboy hat for a second.
It looks like a
No,
camo cowboy
no,
hat.
This is Jack
Pirate
Sparrow's
hat.
hat.
Yeah, exactly.
Nice.
That's cool.
Well, let's take a moment to dive in. So, 5 years. That was the last time that the four of you sailed together aboard the Brass Bird, pursued by the Andorran Navy. It was the last time any of you saw Captain Renlock. Fortunately, you were set free after only a few months, but Renlock wasn't so lucky. He spent his last years in jail until an illness claimed his life. You learned of Renlock's death from his trusted companion, a clockwork parrot named Kaulo, that remained ever at his side. Just a few weeks ago, the bird sought you out to deliver the bad news and a piece of a map. While one side contains a cryptic clue, the other suggests that you travel to this beach on this morning to find the captain's most prized treasure. So here you are, along with 3 others, staring at the partially sunken remains of the ship you once called home. The smell of the surf and rotting wood hang heavy in the air, the silence broken only by the screech of far-away gulls on this lowly island north of the shackles. Bring it up to see... Well, Emily Grace, what do we see? Or who, I should say.
Oh, am I starting off the introductions?
This is you. Yeah, this is your birthday
Is
thing,
that-
so yeah.
Okay, wonderful. All right.
You asked for this.
This was your fault.
Sorry. So you see a very, very petite woman, about 3 feet tall, exactly. She has sort of like butt length black hair, and yeah, she carries a gold trident.
And her name?
Her name. That's an important thing. Her name is Lavana Saltspray.
And as this woman stands on the beach moments after she pulled her own small dinghy, rowed it up to this very shore, pulled it and stowed it in the brush, comes another figure walking up the beach towards her. Daniel, could you go ahead and describe that figure for me?
Sure. So you're gonna see a large tengu. Looks like a giant crow, basically about like a 4.5 foot size crow, walking along the beach, and she's wearing like common like pirate clothing, like pants and a vest. But she has no shoes on. She's just walking along, and she has a rapier on her hip, and her name is Keiko Ashfeather, and she is also looking at this piece of paper that was given to her by the Clockwork Owl, whose name I cannot remember. Cowlo.
Parrot, but yes. The parrot's Cowlo. Very good. So, Keiko,
Yeah,
you
right.
see a somewhat familiar figure before you. Someone that you remember from your time on the Brass Bird, the ship that you now see partially submerged in the bay before you. As you're walking up, another large and imposing figure comes following in behind. Molly, would you like to describe this fellow?
Yes. He is a very tall, broad-shouldered fighter. He's in full body armor. He has a chest plate, very large shield, and a long sword on his hip, along with a dagger on the other side. And yeah, he is... that's about it. Yeah, and he is also carrying the same piece of paper that, or a similar piece of paper that Keiko has.
Yeah. Each of you were gifted a torn piece of parchment, worn and weathered over the presumably 5 years now since you've seen your former captain. And you each study it. Is this the right place? And upon seeing the shipwreck, you know that was your ship. But before you all decide to make the last trek up, you see another figure in the distance. The morning surf crashing behind them as they wade up onto the beach. Who is this figure, Kate?
The figure you see before you is a very tall, willowy, sallow, almost very unhealthily thin-looking man. Very large, pointed elf ears, black hair that tends to come to about here, but is very broken at the ends, just very unhealthy in that form as well. Wearing green vestments with a simple white kind of tunic underneath. Has a nice belt that has various pouches and wands and stuff, and a magnifying glass, and is wearing a very ostentatious looking ring. Yeah.
And you all would know this person as he gets closer. You recognize the face of Elser.
Also, if I may, as he approaches, sees, looks over, rolls his eyes.
You realize that each of the people surrounding you now, the three others and yourself, were all former members, at least at the end of the Brass Bird's journey, of the crew, captained by Renlock. As you all are approaching, you're still about a good 3-4 minute trek up the beach. Is there anything you all are catching up on? Anything you're talking about? I mean, it's been 5 years since any of you have seen each other, and all of you did your various bouts and various cells. But you've all kind of dispersed and had your own lives. What does this look like as you all come back together?
So Lavana immediately makes a beeline for Jadrin and basically jumps up and throws her arms around his neck. He's 2.5, 3 feet taller than her, but I imagine that they just immediately fall back into step. The two of them were best friends back in the day. If not.
I think Keiko's gonna kind of he's gonna go around away from Jardrin and go towards Elser and be like, Keiko, I can't believe Keiko's eyes! Elser, it's you! How are you?
Yeah.
Doing all right?
Look, I still have all the rings he gave me from before. I kept them for all these years.
It's pretty good. I would have sold him at this point, so.
Well, knowing you, you probably would have just stolen more.
I mean.
I think Jadrin is just so fixated on being reunited with Lavana that he hasn't even really noticed the other two are there.
So you continue about the beach, making your way up, and let's go ahead and take a look at roll 20 here to see precisely what you see as I get everything over there. Now everyone is able to see, correct? If you scroll all
You might have
the way
to
down.
zoom out a little bit
Yeah.
if you can't see it.
Oh,
yes.
I see. Yeah. Okay.
So, you get up into this little cove that's kind of nestled into the side of this almost small mountain that makes up the majority of the center area of this island. The island itself is small, deserted, not much but scrub and brush, save for the mountain that is at the central point. Not a large mountain per se, but rocky cliff face is off to your left as the ocean surf sweeps up on your right. And you make your way up to the sunken remains of the Brass Bird. And you all notice something. You all see that having sunk many years ago, the rotting hulk of the Brass Bird brings back memories of your time aboard. Sailing up and down the coasts of Avestan and Garund, chasing fame and fortune. But dreams of that glorious past have faded, and now all that remains is the half-sunken hulk of Captain Renlock's prized ship. Even now, you see the wheel, where he steered the ship, shouting orders to you and the other crew members as you chased fortune together. You can still hear his final call to stand down as the Andorran ships closed in. The call that likely saved your lives. But you notice one thing stands out. Perched next to the wheel on one of the railings is Kaulo, the clockwork parrot who brought you your notes. What would you all like to do? If you take a look,
Lavana turns to Keiko and says, "Do you have a special bird language that you can talk to the parrot in?"
Keiko can try. And then Keiko's gonna yell out in Tengu, "Hey, come over here, Kaulo, it's us."
The mechanical head of the brass parrot kind of turns towards you. You see the feathers, or at least the facsimile of the metal feathers, kind of poof out as the wings flap up, and it does kind of this like little jig, standing on the. You just hear "Car! Car!" coming as it's trying to like.
Definitely not Tengu, right?
No, no.
I think it wants us to go to it. Yeah?
Okay.
Keiko,
So-
you agree?
Yes. And Keiko's gonna start walking up to the
Yeah,
ship,
Jadrin will also start walking
Sure.
up to the ship.
and she's gonna make sure she has some distance between her and
Yeah.
Jadrin.
Jadrin feels a bit awkward about.
So you see that the wheel to the ship mentioned is about here, right in the center of that back corner. And Kahlo is perched up here on the railing, kind of behind it, from where you are standing on the beach. It's still very early in the morning, just before day breaks. So there's still like a cool mist in the air. You all are, it's chilly on the beach, as you've made your journey kind of very early in the morning to be here on time. And as you will approach, if any of you are getting in the water to try to make it up.
Lavana's actually gonna head towards the shore and just dive in with her swim speed.
Keiko's diving in too, but she doesn't have a swim speed,
Yeah.
so.
So for those of you who do not have an explicit swim speed, if you could go ahead and roll me an athletics check. So just roll
I am
+20
using my-
and add your athletics modifier. And we'll see
Yeah,
what
I
happens
am
from
going to
there.
use assurance because I have that for athletics,
Mm,
and it's a +10, so it's a 20 automatically.
okay. Jadrin and
pretty
Elsa,
sure,
are
yeah.
you making your way over as well?
Yeah, I think Jadrin will also.
I don't want to get
wrong.
wet, so I'm gonna cast water walk on myself.
We're
Yeah,
all swimming
so
for our lives.
You mutter a few arcane words, and the bottoms of your shoes begin to shimmer as you are able to step out across the water and essentially just walk over the surface. Some of the wave kind of, slops up and over the side of your boot. It's cold, it's damp, it's murky.
I keep going. I look really cool while doing this, so I don't.
Nobody notices. You are now wet's right sock. You continue on. Show me where you all are going, where you all are headed.
I'm like trying to like swim basically over and onto the ship and board this way.
Oh yeah, I didn't realize I was underwater. Yeah, I'll follow. Wow, I can't even remember.
Lavana.
Yeah, Lavana.
Yeah. I think Jadrin is gonna go swim or go up this way and try to climb up the side of the ship.
Sure. Go ahead and roll me another athletics as you're trying to scale the side of this wooden ship.
Cool. I got 18 plus.
18?
Yeah.
On the die? Or what's your total?
Yeah. That's on the die. Plus then 13. So.
Wow. Yeah, Jadrin is immensely
Plus
strong. So that is
31.
actually a critical success. It was
Wow.
a DC 15. You rolled 10 above that, or greater than 10 above that, so that is a critical success. One of the
Cool.
differences.
He's real good at climbing up boats.
So you just like swing yourself up with one hand.
And go flying to the moon.
Yeah, boots just like slam into the deck. You hear the splinter of the boards as Jadrin lands on this rotting wood, but manages to keep his footing as you all are like walking up the side. You just see the fully armored plate of this man just slam into the deck in front of you.
Keiko's gonna like jump and do a little squawk embarrassingly.
Lavana is gonna come like right over here and then just like shake out her hair and definitely get Elsa very, very wet.
So, as you all assemble next to the wheel of this ship here, you see once again Kahlo kind of hopping back and forth on his little brass feet on the railing. But you watch as his beak just opens up and doesn't emit the normal sound that you were accustomed to, the sound of a mechanical parrot. No, you hear a kind of scratchy voice that begins to emanate.
Is it Renlock?
The voice of your former captain, Renlock. My friends, it pleases this old pirate's heart to see ye gathered once again on the deck of the Brass Bird. Although my time has passed, I have found one last treasure for you to plunder. But to ensure it doesn't fall in the wrong hands, I have placed a few challenges in your way. Don't worry, I'm sure they're nothing you can't handle. To open the way, you must sail from the home of the pirates to plunder the coasts of Varisha. Return home, but then make your way to Absalom to spend your loot. Finally, follow my dream and sail to the River Kingdoms and retire in peace. After this cryptic clue, Kahlo grows silent and stares at the old captain's wheel. If you follow the gaze of the parrot, you watch as the wheel begins to turn slowly before settling. And if you take a look at the wheel itself, well, here, I'll just show you what it looks like, actually. If you take a look, it is now seated with what looks to be a compass, and north is now facing directly up.
Can I roll perception on the wheel to see if there's like any clues on it or something?
Sure, go ahead.
Yeah. Oof, 18.
18. It seems the most you can figure about the wheel is that it has something to do with the compass.
Okay.
Keiko, go ahead and roll me just an intelligence.
That's not. That's
You're
not
the one looking.
Keiko's strong suit.
I
Oh, a solid 15.
could I peek over her shoulder and also investigate it a little bit?
Sure.
I'm seeing these ridges above, like, that I want to see if they, like, you know, I want to, like, feel it. I want to see if there's any, like, another piece of the map anywhere, or...
Is there any way to hear that clue again, or is it gone?
Yeah, if you ask Kahlo, he will, you'll see the mouth open again, and it plays the clip back. To open the way, you must sail from the home of the pirates to plunder the coasts of Varisha. Return home, but then make your way to Absalom to spend your loot. Finally, follow my dream and sail to the River Kingdoms to retire in peace.
There's no chance of a handout.
Do we know if these are like an actual if these are actual locations, or if this is
They
just...
are. They are, in fact.
Are these places that we would know where they are?
Yes. In fact, now that you think about it, you hear the clue back, you hear the specific locations, all of which, except for the last, that you've been to in your course over on the Brass Bird. And I'll just, for fun, pull you to a little map. So, you heard of 4 places. The coast of Varisha is far to the north, here.
Okay.
If you look down and to the right, Absalom is there. The River Kingdoms are on the right side there.
Okay.
And you would assume that the home of the pirates refers to where you all set sail from and return home to in the shackles down here.
This is the track.
Okay. Wow. Um.
Keiko's gonna look at everyone and just be like, Keiko doesn't have a ship. Do you guys have any boats?
um.
Do I have a boat? I don't know if I have a boat.
I mean.
I've been living on a boat.
I mean, I have a bag of holding.
Everyone hop in, throw it into the water, and see what happens. As you all are sitting there kind of deliberating, Kahlo will fly up, land on one of the rungs of this wheel, begins to spin, and then Kahlo flies back. Eventually, the spinning stops, and then you watch as the wheel comes to a full halt, and then begins slowly turning back so that north is at the top.
Okay.
Can I cast Detect Magic?
Absolutely. If you cast Detect Magic, you will notice that there are a lot of magical auras that you're not familiar with, but specifically, given enough time, that the wheel itself has a distinct enchantment magic on it.
Okay.
I'm a little lost to what to do.
So, Lavana is gonna pull out her little piece of the map and just like sit down with it in front of the helm and just like try to like see if the design matches up with any piece of the map or anything, and she's just like trying to figure something out here.
Keiko wants to look at your piece of the map if you let her. She wants to know if there's anything written on it.
Okay.
Oh, do you have one too?
Yes,
I
do.
just went into a completely different character's accent. Oh, do you have one too?
I think Jadrin, while they're doing that, is gonna just kind of absentmindedly play with the wheel and see what happens if he starts turning it a full rotation.
Where are you stopping when you turn it?
He's just turning it slowly to see if anything happens.
As you're turning it, nothing seems to happen. You'll notice that if you do stop, wherever you stop it at, it will gradually turn back so that north is at the top.
Interesting.
So mine says, make an offering to Gozray, but be prepared to face the storm's wrath. Gozray is the god that I worship.
My paper says, lost at sea, remember that the one that is worth the most always goes last. So.
Mine says, pay homage to the lost. Take not their blade or spear if you want to win the Pirate King's treasure.
Okay, Jadrin stops turning the wheel and pulls out his map and says, begin your journey going with the tide, then against, with, and finally against.
I have an idea. Looking at the map, there is a compass on it. You know, the map that we have.
Right. Where are we right now?
You're at a small island, just north, like a very, very tiny, deserted island just north of the shackles. So, like, outside of the Eye of Abendego, as that is a very dangerous place to be. But, like, just tiny little abandoned island. It's not even on this map. That's how small it is.
So, Keiko wants to cast no direction. So, which is north the direction that the wheel is actually pointing?
No, the wheel is upright. So
right, but is north like when you're like at the helm, like holding the wheel, is north like when you're facing forward? Is that north direction? Is that the direction of north?
No, it is not. It's slightly southeast.
Okay, I will take my piece of paper because I wouldn't have shared this like out loud. I'll like drop it in like a way that's like obviously like I'm helping, but I'm not happy about it. Jadron, what was yours again? It was a with
Mine said-
against with.
Yeah, begin your journey going with the tide, then against, with, and finally against. So it's
With the tide.
back and forth.
So
With,
maybe
then
it's
against, with,
north,
and against.
south, north, south.
Maybe.
What was the clue that Carlo said to us again?
Sure. Pull it up here. To open the way, you must sail from the home of the pirates to plunder the coasts of Varesia. Return home, then make your way to Absalom to spend your loot. Finally, follow my dream and sail to the river kingdoms and retire in peace.
Could you and is there any chance that you could?
I do not have it written out in an easy
So
manner.
I'm pretty sure we just have to sail to Varesia. I think that's the
Well,
next
I'm wondering
location.
if
None of us
there's
have a
some
boat.
sort of if this helm is some sort of like safe, and
Oh,
the north southeast
Oh,
is
good,
some
thank
sort
you.
that's
of lock.
probably.
See, I have a 10 in intelligence in real life too, so I never would have gotten that.
Is that an overestimation or
A little bit.
So I'm just on the map marking out the
No,
places.
But you have a good point. What can so the wheel starts at north, so Keiko's gonna spin it all the way to south, and then back to north, and then back to south. Does that do anything?
nothing happens?
Ah, jeez. Keiko's gonna peck at the wheel, see if something happens.
So we start here. Let's see. We start at the home of the pirates. That's the Shackles, which would be south. Right.
Right.
What was the next
Start
one?
there.
That was
Varesia, which is up here,
Varesia. So that would be north.
Mm-hmm.
and then we come back home,
Then-
which is the Shackles, so
South.
south again,
South.
And then
and
I
then
guess
we go
east?
Absalom.
Question mark. Northeast.
so north,
Absalom.
south,
East.
northeast,
East. I would
Yeah.
say east.
Okay.
just east. Okay.
To
I guess-
Absalom.
Mm-hmm.
And then to the Riverlands.
Which is, I think, straight from Absalom to the Riverlands.
Is that right? From
So-
If that's the case, that would just be north again.
So how about we spin the wheel? Well, it starts at north. Spin it.
spin it to
Spin it
south.
south. Then spin it northeast, and then spin. Where's the River Kingdoms?
It's north from Absalom.
And then spin it north, and then bring it back to north. Maybe that's the combination, if there even is one. Like I don't even know. So it would be
Why am
starts
I
at
not
north,
seeing the
so go
river?
south, and then northeast, and then
The
north
River
again.
Kingdoms itself is here.
Oh, gotcha.
Straight north from Absalom.
Yeah, you were saying that, and I was hearing Varesia.
Lavano, go ahead and roll a sailing lore for me.
Okay.
Can I roll that too? Because actually, I'm very good with that as well.
Sure.
Oh, how is a 28?
28. And Lavano?
Yeah.
Much better than my 13.
It's pretty simple enough because both of you would realize that if you're starting somewhere, you wouldn't have to steer there first.
Ah. Makes sense. So we would start.
Start at the Shackles. So go
So we would go north.
north, south, east, north would be the pattern then, right?
I mean, I would say northeast, but east works too.
Well, okay, hold on. We're being silly. We're sailing in directions. So we're starting north. Then we sail south.
We're in the Shackles right now, so I thought we'd start south.
Yeah, so we start by going north.
Right.
That's the first direction we're going. Then we sail south.
Yep.
Then we sail east to Absalom.
And then we sail north.
And then we sail. Yeah, I suppose we're going north to the Riverlands. So north, south, east, north.
Yeah, there's a way up there through these rivers here.
Somehow. That's the way that I turn the helms. North, south, east, north.
Okay. So as you all are having this discussion, one of you has like pulled out a map. You're vigorously marking it up with a pencil or a piece of charcoal or something, arguing about the precise direction from the shackles to Absalom. But as Lavanna gets up, you spin all the way around to north, then back down to south, then to east, and then north. You hear something.
Yeah.
You hear the clamoring of what sounds like stone rubbing against stone as a portion of the cliff face behind the ship begins to fall away.
Oh.
You see what appears to be a dark passageway that now has appeared into the cliff face. What would you all like to do?
This is on the beach, right?
This is on the beach,
Yeah.
in fact. Let me,
Guess we don't need a boat.
I think it was a puzzle. Call me crazy.
The best puzzles are the ones you don't realize are puzzles.
Wow.
I
Yeah.
don't know.
Absolutely nothing gets past you, does it?
Nope. And I dive into the water.
Keiko follows.
Has it been more than 10 minutes on the ship?
I would say it's been like 20 to 30, yes.
Yeah. Jadrin's just gonna jump over the side again and walk onto shore.
Yeah, you
Do I
all,
need to do
through your
athletics?
various means, are able to. Elsier,
Okay.
unfortunately, gets a little seawater on himself as he makes his way back over.
As I get to this rock over here, I just like perch on the shore and like as the waves crash behind me, just like shoot up.
Keiko's gonna ruffle her feathers, try to get it dry.
Jadrin's just patiently waiting on the beach for you guys to make your
Is
way
it-
over.
Is this where the thing collapsed, or is it?
Just up here.
I don't know. What
Mhm.
I assumed it was the rocks over there.
Keiko
Like,
swims with her
wait.
eyes closed, so she was just going around with one sound.
All right, so. Yeah, go ahead.
All right,
Where are you going?
Jadrin's going in.
I think Keiko would go in first and stealth just to
Okay.
see. Yeah. I'm gonna go like 10 feet in. Hopefully, there's still low light from the outside. Do I see anything? Let me roll stealth first.
I'll stealth
then-
behind.
Ooh. That's gonna be a. Oh, that's pretty good. 22 for stealth, and then should I roll perception as well?
Yeah, go ahead. One sec. I'm trying to figure out why the lighting isn't working. Are you guys seeing further into the tunnel?
No.
No.
Unless I have to move somewhere. No, I can't see anything.
Sorry. Vamp.
Damn. Well, I'm glad it took us 30 minutes to figure that clue out.
There we
Oh
go.
yeah.
Here we
No, that
go.
was
I
great.
suddenly
Good,
can see it.
quick
Oh.
thing.
All right.
So,
Wow.
Good
you
bad.
all, yeah, somebody
I
wanted
was
to roll
like,
perception.
vamp? There's a vampire? What?
Somebody wanted to roll perception?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm
Go
stealthing right now. I got a 22 for stealth, so hopefully that's good
Wow.
enough. And I got a 2 for
Can I
perception, so a 12.
Okay. Anyone else looking around here?
I'm looking at the walls more so, like, as we're going past.
Sure.
So I rolled for stealth and I got a natural 20, so that's a 31. And then
Okay.
and then I'm not proficient in perception, so I don't know what that would be.
The perception should be at the top.
I rolled a 28 for perception.
Then
Yeah,
that's
perception.
21.
21.
Yeah.
28, 21. Okay, is anyone else stealthing? Trying to be sneaky?
Yes,
Yes,
I rolled a
yes.
31.
Yes, with the natural 20. That's insane. Absurd. I know Keiko and
I just
Elsa are.
really excited.
Anyone else?
I
Ivana?
think Jadrin and Lavana are
Yeah.
probably like 5 to 10 to 15 feet behind Elser and Keiko and talking a little too loudly
Okay.
and not really realizing that the other two are trying to be stealthy.
Well, as you are all looking around, there's nothing that appears to be too standoutish with the walls. They just appear to be rough-hewn stone. But as you go forward, you notice that the cavern opens up with some stairs down on your right. You're not quite rounded around the corner enough yet to figure out what's going on there until you do that. So, as you get up there, you see that the passageway beyond this door ascends at an incline a few feet above the high tide line of the cove before leveling off. The passage ends in a short set of stairs that descends towards a larger chamber, lit only by vine-choked cracks in the ceiling. The rough-hewn chamber has fallen into disrepair. The western wall has collapsed partially, and dirt, rock, and plant debris litter the floor, nearly obscuring a large leaf pattern made from green quartz. The tip of this leaf ends in a brackish pool of water. Rising up from the water is a mold-encrusted stone statue of a woman who appears to emerge from a wave, with seaweed for hair and her arms held high in supplication to the sky above. However, those of you who rolled above a 20 on perception, you notice that there is a faint clicking and rustling sound that can be heard from beyond the collapsed portion of the wall.
Okay.
Keiko didn't hear anything.
From
So.
here, you're unable to actually see. It looks like just a bunch of rubble to the left, and you're unable to see like into what is behind the rubble. But you hear noises emanating from that side.
Okay.
All right.
There's clicking over there, so if you want to die, that's probably the best.
Yeah, I hear that too. Does
There's nothing.
Yeah, I don't hear anything either.
well,
Maybe
Elser.
use your ears next.
Stealthing in. Don't worry about me.
I'm gonna hang back.
What was your total
Elser.
again, Keiko?
22.
22? Okay.
Um,
As Keiko, you hit the bottom stair where it levels out into the leaf-shaped pool beyond you. This is my favorite part. Rushing out from beyond the rubble on that side of the wall, you see 4 shadowy figures that emerge with multiple skittering legs and large, piercing mandibles, as I'm going to need everyone to roll me an initiative. Now, the important thing about initiative in 2nd edition is that those of you who are stealthing, which I believe Keiko and Elsa, you will actually also roll stealth for your initiative score. Jadrin and Lavana, you'll be rolling perception, as those were the activities you were doing when this erupted.
yes, indeed.
Okay.
28.
Oh,
25.
So then I add my perception to the roll that I just made, Will?
Correct.
Okay.
natural 1
Oh,
for a 14.
I got a 16.
A 16?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, one sec. I'm going to call for initiatives here in a second. I missed all of the things as I was changing the music. Jadrin, your total.
16.
16. Elser,
25.
25. Lavana,
14.
14. And Cake,
28.
28. All right, so from out of the corner in the recesses of the wall there, on the left-hand side, as I try to get this all done in the wrong layer, token layer, you see 4 large insectoid creatures begin to rush out at the wall to presumably attack you, as you seem to have pissed them off. But noticing her mistake. Keiko, you are the first one to act. What would you like to do with your 3 actions?
First action, Keiko's gonna pull out her rapier.
Okay.
Second action, she'll run up to the first one, and she'll kind of say like, I eat bugs like you for breakfast, and then she gets stabbed.
Okay. Go
And
ahead.
that bug is flat-footed to me right now because I stealth, and because of my it's like a class feat where a surprise attack happens. If I stealth into initiative and I attack people who haven't acted yet, they are flat-footed to me.
Very nice.
Yeah. A 17. Let's see.
17.
Sorry. That was I need to add something. Sorry. That's a 30.
A 30, you say?
Yes.
That's a crit. So, go ahead and roll me double damage.
Wow. Okay. Do we double the sneak attack too?
No, that's precision. Well, I forget.
I think sneak attack is precision.
This is where I always get tripped up because
look
sneak
it
attack
up.
damage is not doubled in first edition. See, Kate, this is exactly what I was talking about. I have no idea.
It is precision damage. Okay.
Double.
So I guess you don't.
Go ahead and roll damage, and I will let you
Yeah.
know. Go ahead and roll it once right now, and I'll look this up.
Well, I have a +1 striking rapier, so it's 2d6
Correct.
plus my nice. That's some nice.
Precision damage
Yeah,
is
5
doubled.
and a 1. So
Everything
it
is doubled except persistent damage, which is different from first edition.
Like, okay, keep track of this. I got a 5 and a 1, and then I got another 5 and a 4. 5, 1, 5, 4
15.
plus 4 because of my strength modifier. So
15.
19.
What, 5, 1, 5, 4?
Right, so it's 2d6 because of the +1 rapier, and then it's 2d6 because of the sneak attack, and then I add my dex bonus because of my racket for thief rogue. So it's plus
so
4.
19 doubled.
Okay, yeah. So 30,
38.
38, yeah.
Okay. So you see these creatures like scurrying over the rubble, getting ready to launch an assault at your group. Keiko, you immediately draw your rapier, run up, and then just plunge it down straight through the chitin of this thing's face, piercing it into the ground. You pull it out, and the thing is just slumped down on the ground.
Ah!
This is nuts, dude.
Absolutely
I
absurd.
told this this character is nuts.
Absolutely absurd.
I love rogues.
Okay.
Keiko's kind of gonna turn to Elsa and be like, "These guys are easy."
Seeing the death of its comrade, this creature here will come down to you using a move action, walk up to your north there, and then you see on its thorax, abdomen, I'm not sure, I don't know insect anatomy. Either way, its butt produces a large stinger, which then it swings around at supernatural speed to try to rip you across the side. We'll see what happens. As it goes out, gets a 24 to hit on the stinger.
That will hit.
That will hit. Okay, so a couple of things are going to happen. Firstly, you're going to take 7 points of piercing damage just from the stinger rocking you. Secondly, I'm going to need you to roll me a fortitude save.
Easy peasy. Oof. It's a 9. 19.
19.
Yeah.
19? Is that your final answer?
That is my final answer.
You feel fine. You feel fine.
Okay, great. Nice.
Absolutely nothing could ever be wrong. It's then going to bite out at you with its very, very large mandibles. That is going to be an 18.
Miss.
Miss. Okay. So the stinger hits, rocks you in the side of the leg. Mandibles come out, but you duck out of the way just at the last second before it hits you. That is good. Elser.
Okay, yes. Seeing my newly acquainted friend get fucking bodied by this thing, I'm going to reach out, kind of with my bloodline, and I'm going to see the water behind it, and I'm going to make like a mini kind of geyser and try to shoot this one
Okay.
with a high.
All right.
I don't know. That's a 16.
16? And
Yeah.
that's against its AC?
Yeah.
Fortunately, a 16 is going to miss. So you're bringing
Yeah.
the geyser up out of the water and shooting it back down. But unfortunately, just the hard chitinous back of this creature, the water flows over it like a rock. It just doesn't seem to really produce the effect you were hoping for.
Okay. And then with my third thing, I'm gonna use the stride action, and I'm gonna like come here, I guess.
Sounds good. After Elser, it's going to be Jadrin.
Okay. Jadrin feels bad because he was hanging out back talking with Lavana and missed the first. First action will be. Can I go diagonal on my moves, or is it just sided?
You can go diagonal. The first diagonal in your move action is 5 feet.
Okay.
The second one would be 10 feet.
Okay.
and then
So
it
if I only
alternates.
did one diagonal.
Yeah, if you only did one diagonal, it counts as a normal 5 foot.
Cool. Okay. And is diagonal counting for melee?
Yes.
So then my second action, I'm going to take out my long sword, and I am going to strike the insect.
Okay. Go ahead and roll to hit.
Okay. I got a 20.
A 20.
Yes.
Molly's
And
first ever attack roll does in fact hits.
Nice.
Well, no, that's my. I still have to add my stuff to it. I rolled a natural.
Okay, that's what's the
And
total?
then so plus 16, so 36.
Plus 16. 36?
Plus 16.
That's
Oh,
absurd. That is, in fact, a critical hit, as you got well over 10 of its AC. So go ahead and roll the damage dice and then double it.
We're just one-shotting these things. It's great.
They're just giant ants. They're just giant ants. I'm not
Alright.
like, I have nothing against telling you that they are.
So
are
do
giant
I?
ants.
Will do I roll the 2 dice and then double the total, or do I roll 4 times?
Right. So you roll the 2 dice, then you add your modifier,
Right.
and then you double that total.
Oh, okay. So I got 13, so double that, 26.
26. Wow. So you bring the longsword down and you slash it across, and you actually like sever 2 of the legs on one of its sides. This thing is now like just hitting the ground on one side on the front and barely limping, keeping itself just barely upright. This thing looks messed up. Was that all
Cool.
3 of your actions, Jadrin?
That was, yeah.
Okay, Jadrin coming in quite literally strong.
He felt bad for slacking, so he had to make
Yeah.
up for it.
After Jadrin would be Lavana.
Keiko, how badly did that first bug hurt you?
Keiko doesn't feel anything.
Okay.
It's
Then
actually
I'm
a
not
medical
gonna waste the
condition.
healing on you. Okay. I am first going to recall knowledge on these creatures.
Sure. Go ahead and roll a nature.
All right. $19.
19. So these things are fairly common. So I'll say some stuff and then give you basically 2 questions that you can ask about them.
Okay.
They are giant ants, so they would have some of the features that you might assume. They're good at seeing in the dark, obviously. They have scent, which is an imprecise sense. So even if you were to, like, you know,
Blind
smother
them.
all of the light or blind them, they could still find you. What would you like to know?
Do they have any weaknesses?
They're not magical in any way. They are relatively durable in that they have a decent AC and HP for their kind of level, but you would know that they're much below you in terms of, like, you feel like you could slaughter these things. So they don't really have any weaknesses. They're just creatures. They're just beasts or insects.
Do they have? No, I don't know. Just give me another piece of information. I don't have another question.
If they do manage to get you in their mandibles, they can actually grab you, latch onto you, and then drag you. So that's something to look out for.
Okay. I'll say, don't let them grapple you! And then I will cast the spell Forbidding Ward, targeting one ally, Jadrin, and one enemy, the ant right in front of them. So, Jadrin has a +1 status bonus to armor class against that ant, if that ant attacks.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that the end of your turn?
Yes.
Jadrin will turn around and wink at Lavana.
Lavana will swoon a little bit.
Same old song and dance. So, that is all of our players. However, the other two ants are not too fond of the things that are happening to their compatriots. So, this ant here is going to bop, bop, bop to the top over here, and then will attempt to bite Keiko. An 18 to hit.
Nope.
Nope. Then another stinger is going to come whipping around at her. Even lower, so don't worry about it. Same deal here. Mandible, then stinger. That one, I think, is going to hit you with a 30.
Yeah, that hits.
So,
It does.
sometimes we suck, sometimes we roll hard. Okay. That is going to be a total of 14 points of piercing damage as this thing comes slamming straight into your abdomen. You're busy fending off two of these things. The third one just skitters right up next to you, brings the back around stinger straight into your abdomen. Thing hurts, but more importantly, I need you to roll me another fortitude save.
Oh my gosh, come on.
Once again, you feel this like hot liquid feeling begin to spread.
Yeah, 15.
15.
Not good.
This time, whereas your body was able to handle the intrusion of this poison in the first go-round, the second one you're not quite so lucky. You're going to take, just threw that die across the floor. You're going to take 2 points of poison damage, and you are now enfeebled 1 for this round.
No.
What does that mean?
That is a condition. So different things can apply conditions,
Okay.
which are just like effects that happen to you. Enfeebled specifically, if I can pull it up here, means... I can't find it.
When you are enfeebled, you take a status penalty equal to addition value to strength-based rolls, including strength-based melee attack rolls and strength-based damage rolls and athletics checks.
So Keiko is essentially unaffected, but also, if you all, you might be able to access the compendium in the top right. If you go up to the top right, there should be that little eye symbol. Can you all search things in there?
I tried, not really.
Okay.
I searched enfeebled.
Yeah, it said no results found.
I must not have shared it with this game beforehand. That's my bad. Either way,
That's fine.
Archives of Memphis, great site. Check it out.
Cool.
Okay. That is only its first attack, though. It's got one more.
Jeez.
Mandible's coming out at you. Woo.
Wait. I have a question.
Yes.
Okay, I have a reaction.
Okay.
Can I do that before? Do I have to say it before it's rolled, or like what's up with that?
You can say it whenever the trigger is enacted. So you can do that now, yeah.
Okay. The trigger is a creature within range is attacked, and the range is 30 feet.
Okay.
So I'm gonna use Genie's Veil as my reaction. So the target vanishes in a burst of brightly colored smoke and sparkles, reappearing an instant later. They become concealed against the triggering attack and until the end of the current creature's turn.
So are you targeting Keiko or the ant?
Keiko.
Keiko.
Yeah.
So Keiko gets concealment? Is that what it was?
Yeah, I'm concealed to my enemies now.
Okay.
You just see me like disappear for a second, like with smoke and dust and glitter everywhere.
Yeah,
Keiko's just gonna look around like, what just happened?
Yeah, so all of a sudden, this ant is like making motions to bite you with its mandibles, and you were just engulfed in this bright flash of light. It almost feels like you're not even there for a moment, as you feel like you're transported into some extra dimensional space before being shunted back in place, but it feels like the ants around you are now entirely blind to the fact that you're standing just next to them. That, I guess, it says total concealment? What does it say?
It's, they become concealed against the triggering attack and until the end of the current creature's turn. So if that's the end of the creature's turn,
yeah.
then
Okay. So the
no
attack,
longer
it no longer is able to target you as you just like, as far as it is concerned, disappear from the face of reality, and it stands there like waggling its head, like what the hell just happened, and then you pop back in. Its turn is over.
Nice.
And it is now your turn, Keiko.
Keiko's gonna kind of like shrug off the mystical dust that's cloaked around her, kind of, and then she's going to first action. She's gonna stab at the really wounded ant. This one right here.
Yep.
So we'll go with that rapier style. Oh, I hope a 24 hits.
That does hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
It's not flanked, unfortunately, but that's a 10 total.
So this one was already quite literally on its last legs, as they've been removed so gingerly by Jadrin earlier. That's your final strike, just kind of poking it in the side of its abdomen, manages to end its life. This creature is now dead.
Noise.
Nice.
And then second attack, as she like stabs through the first ant, she's gonna like move her other hand like towards the other two ants, and she's gonna like these giant bolts of lightning are gonna come out of her hand, and just both of them both have to make a reflex save.
Reflex save.
Yes.
Okay. Starting with the one that is directly to your left. Let's see here. 15, maybe.
That's a fail.
Maybe. Okay, and then the one to its north. It's 16.
16.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a fail too.
Okay,
So
what
they're
happens?
gonna take 4 damage. It's gonna be I believe it's like 4d4. Let me just.
What spell are you casting?
It's called Electric Arc, and it's at third level, so it's heightened twice. So I believe it adds 2d4 to the 1d4. Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. Yeah, exactly what it does.
Yep.
Cool. 3d4, baby. That's a d6. I don't know what I'm doing.
Sorry, bud.
4.
Neither do I.
6, 9. 9 points of damage to both.
9 points of damage to both. All right, fantastic turn. Goodness gracious. So you stab one creature, ending its life. Your other hand, your left hand, pops out and just waves of these electrical bolts just release from it into the first ant and then off to the side to the second. They begin just like screeching. You hear the hiss of this steam as it begins to like emanate from the cracks and the joints in its chitin plates. They do not look happy, but they look ready to eat you, if that's any consolation. That is the end of Keiko's turn. That ant is dead now, which means it is now Elser.
Okay, I am going to cast Magic Missile, and which one did you just attack? The one on the top or the one on the bottom?
Both of them
Or
are
both
taking
of
the
them?
same amount.
Yeah.
Oh, great. Then I'm gonna hit I'm gonna throw 2 at the one on the top and then 1 at the one on the bottom.
Okay.
And I'm gonna do all 3. So, okay, 1 second. So the one on top, okay. 8, 11 points of, I believe it's bludgeoning.
Okay.
I don't know, it's bludgeoning the thing. Force. It's force damage. And then the one on the bottom takes 7.
7? Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, 7.
Wow. Yeah, so you all watch as these bolts of pure energy just emanate one after another into the ants, like flying up and over Jadrin. Like one of them just whizzes a little bit too close to Jadrin's ear as it makes its way into the ants that is just beyond. And yeah, they're just slamming in. You see cracks begin to appear in the armor. These things are getting beat up. Is that the end of your turn, Elsa? I believe you have one more action. Oh, you used all 3. Used all 3.
Nope.
No?
I did use all 3.
You
so
used all
yes,
3
it
actions.
is.
Right. Yeah. I've actually never had somebody cast Magic Missile in 2nd edition, so I forgot that it took 3 actions to do 3 bolts. Well played. Jadrin, it is now your turn.
Cool. If so, I attacked last turn. I have my sword in my hand still? Correct?
Yeah, so now all you have to do is walk up to melee range. Yep.
Yeah, so I'm gonna move up this way and do the same attack on this one here.
The one right next to you?
This one right in front of me. Yeah.
Yep. Okay, roll to hit.
I got a 21.
21 does hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
17.
17. The one in front of you, you bring your sword straight down, lopping its head off, and it is now dead. Got one more attack, or one more action.
Yeah, I will do the same to this one diagonally.
Now,
attacking.
There is, and we didn't go over this in our crash course, but there is a penalty for attacking more than one time in a round with an attack. So you'll take a -5 to your roll, but you're pretty strong.
To the total of my...
To the total, yeah. So you still add everything up, and then you'll take a -5. If you were to attack 3 times in a round, you'd take a -5 on the second, then a -10 on the third.
Okay. I'm cool with doing a -5, though. Okay.
Hey, you're plus 14. I think you'll
Yeah, I was going to say.
So I got 31, so 31 -5. Yeah.
Not even a concern. Not even a concern. Yeah, you hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
Okay. 11.
11. And another one bites the dust.
Bites the dust.
As you just slam the head off of one, pull the sword back, and then jab it straight through the side of the other. Those things are out of here. We're out of combat. Oh, you guys are crazy. Genuinely not how I was expecting that to go. But either way, you all now find yourself in this strange room. You see a pool, a leaf-shaped pool, this emerald glaze along the bottom to give the water this bluish-green hue as it flows down from the fountain at the back of the room. The fountain seems to be kind of there's a statue at the back of the fountain that seems to be kind of bursting out, or it is sculpted as if it were bursting out of the waves of this fountain.
May I do an investigation on this fountain?
Sure, go ahead.
Cool.
And can I cantrip cast detect magic?
Absolutely. Once more, you do find magic in this fountain. Conjuration, to be specific.
I rolled a 28 perception.
28 perception. Go ahead. Actually, you wouldn't even need to. This is a fountain that is clearly dedicated to Gozra. your god. This depiction of Gozra is one of two common depictions of Gozra. Gozra is the god of the storm and of the water.
Okay, thank you.
Gozra is a multifaceted god, often depicted on one hand as a woman rising from the waves, and on the other hand as a weathered old man appearing out of a storm cloud.
Okay.
So this shrine appears to be dedicated to the first depiction, the Woman of the Waves. Though many of the details seem to be kind of drowned out by the mold and vines that have grown over it in age.
So my map says, make an offering to Gozra, but be prepared to face the storm's wrath. So I'm just like, I'm looking through my inventory really quick.
I think Keiko's gonna have her like hand on her side. She got stunned. She's gonna look over at Lavana.
Oh yeah, go ahead and roll me another fortitude save.
Oh, great.
Thanks
Oh,
for
you got
reminding me.
stunned?
18.
18? Yeah, you're fine.
Yeah.
You're no longer in feeble.
Lavana, Keiko could use some healing.
Oh, okay. I'll cast a 2-action heal on Keiko. Did anyone else take any damage?
No.
It was just me.
Nope, just the right.
Okay. Oh, those 2 are cocked.
While watching
Amazing.
this be done, I'm gonna prep a shield cantrip, just as a if anything.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay.
Hold on. It's at least 27 points.
It's third level.
It might.
Yep, that'll do it. Back at full.
It might be more than that though.
You said, what was the number you said first?
27.
Yeah, it's definitely, that gets me back to full, so it doesn't matter.
Oh, okay. Cool.
And that was one of your third level heals for the day?
Correct.
I remembered how much I hated clerics. For those who didn't know, the first ever Pathfinder 2nd Edition, you're not supposed to be there. The first ever Pathfinder 2nd Edition campaign that I ever GM'd, Emily Grace was a player as well as Dan. Emily Grace played another cleric, and she was the actual bane of my existence because my creatures, no matter how much damage they dealt, it didn't matter. It didn't matter. It just didn't.
I specially crafted that character to just be just like a healing bomb. Just like
It's fine.
everybody...
I'm not still bitter about it. Don't worry about it.
I miss playing Shell so much.
Shell was great.
Shell was so great.
So, what are you all doing? Is you finish
Also, her
healing?
name was indeed Shelf Silverstein because
you
Will was
finished-
like, "What's her last name?" and I panicked.
Yeah. You finish healing the wounds on Keiko's side. You watch as the rather sizable hole in her feathers closes up, magically heals over. Not even a scar left to remind her. What is everyone else doing? Elsier has a shield spell ready to go, feeling that something seems to be off. Jadrin, Keiko, Lavana, anything else you guys are doing here?
I think Jadrin's curious about this pool in the middle of the room, leaning over and seeing if he can see anything in the water.
Sure, go ahead and roll a perception. 30. Yeah, so you look along the bottom of this this pool. As you look closer, you see the emerald embellishment along the bottom of the water, where these ridges have been built up to look like the veins of a leaf, the tip of which is pointing into the well or the fountain before you. It looks like at one point it had been very elegant, very beautiful, very exquisitely crafted, but it's clearly meant to be a kind of a holy site, a religious, I can't think of the word, but it's meant to be in worship of a higher
Sacred?
power. Sacred.
Okay.
Looking at my map
Yes.
just now, like up and down, like looking around the room, and like, oh my goodness, my map is of this room. I'm definitely supposed to do something here. So.
What did your map say again?
Your map is of this room?
Yeah, it's a picture of this room. It's a drawing of this room. I just.
Chadra, go ahead and look at your map again.
Wait, me? At my map?
Your map piece, yeah.
Yeah. Mine is not of this room.
Was yours of a helm?
Mine has a ship on it.
Of a ship
Mm-hmm.
with a helm? So that clue, that was your clue for that puzzle. So.
I was the first puzzle. We finished mine.
Yes. Yeah. So this is the second puzzle then. Okay.
What did yours say again?
Make an offering to Gozra, but be prepared to face the storm's wrath. So I have a feeling we're going to be fighting again in just a moment. Can I make a religion check to see what sort of offering I would be expected to give to Gozra?
Sure, go ahead.
Okay. I rolled a 12, and my religion, I imagine, is really high. It's the 13th, so 25.
25. Yeah, so, again, being a cleric of Gozra, and it's genuinely prudent to have a cleric of Gozra on any given vessel of the sea, because Gozra is the god and goddess, the deity of honest sailors, hopeful merchants, and greedy pirates all. So, honestly, any offering of value you would think would be of note. Essentially anything of value, whether it's monetary or personal. You generally make offerings to Gozra prior to each departure to the waves, to the sea. Any sailing trip you make, you would make an offering. And the general thought is that, whatever offering you give, the blessing of Gozra is worth 10 times. So,
So, I will take all of my money out of my pockets. All 22 gold.
All of it? I mean, you could just do like half, and then you could like, I don't know. Oh.
And I will,
Oh.
I will dump it. I will sprinkle it around the statue in front of me.
Sure. So you hear the plunks of the various coinage as it sinks down to the ground. You watch the bubbles shimmer off of the coins as they slowly wobble back and forth to the bottom of the basin. As the final coin touches the stone at the bottom, you hear a booming voice that rises from the statue. Those who seek the blessing of the wind and the waves must face the storm's fury. And as the voice fades, the water from the pool explodes out in all directions, blasting the chamber with brackish filth. The explosion revealing a towering creature made from the purest azure water, like a living tidal wave, as the creature surges forward to attack. And that is where we're going to go ahead and take a quick 10-minute break.
Jeez.
And I will see everyone back here in 10 minutes, 12 minutes at 8:40 Eastern Standard Time. Thank you all so much for joining us for this very special birthday celebration of this lady right here. And we'll see you again here soon. Thank you. Welcome back. Hopefully I didn't screw everything up as I was messing with settings. Can you all still see?
Yes. I can still see.
Yeah.
See
Okay,
what
good.
exactly?
Yeah,
Yes.
and the lighting still works too.
Yeah, I was trying to be clever. All right, I'll admit it. I'll admit it. I was trying to be clever, and it broke, and I freaked out because that was 3 minutes ago, which was exactly 1 minute before we were supposed to go live. Here we are. Anyways, this giant. Wait 1 second. This giant, seemingly sentient, massive living water erupts out
Oh, God.
from the statue, spraying all of you with just murky, nasty, gross, moldy water, and covering everything in like a 15-foot radius of it. Oh, and by the way, it looks mad. So why don't we just go ahead, I don't know, maybe roll some initiative for me while I
Keiko's gonna like yell out at Lavana like, "What did you do? What did you do?"
I told you we were gonna have to fight something.
Just roll it. Don't yell it out yet. I am not ready to take orders.
100.
Where is it? Oh, jeez. We're already to that point. Oh, by the way, I saw a comment on the on Twitch. Yes, their stats are pretty good. I forgot to mention this at the beginning, but these characters are 5th level, so anyone who is watching who normally watches our other campaign, these characters are demonstrably stronger than the characters that we're used to normally seeing by a factor of about 3 levels, so more than twice
It's
the
like-
ability.
It gets so satisfying when you level up, though. in
Yeah.
in
Like, first
2E,
level
because like
is
the
like
things that you get good at, like suddenly instead of getting like, you know, an average of like, you know, maybe 15 to 20 for your like okay rolls, your okay rolls are like 20 to 25, then 25 to 30 for your okay rolls. Like it's bonkers.
Speaking of okay rolls, Lavana, what did you get for initiative?
It was a very okay roll. 17.
17. Elser.
28.
Speaking of above average rolls, Lavana. Oh, wait, I already got Lavana. Jadrin.
Remind to this
You're adding
Is it-
your perception, which is at the top.
perception. Okay, so I got 16.
16. Okay. And Keiko.
25.
25.
I think we switched like from last time. Yeah.
Yeah,
did.
everybody just went whoop,
Okay.
or
And
like respective person.
Keiko, I'm sorry, I was moving you around. You were my test subject earlier, but you were actually there when it went off.
Okay, great.
So, Elser, you watch as this horrifying mass of a wave, it looks like literally a living wave with a face, has risen up, standing in place, but the water is like flowing up and over. The surf of this wave is like breaking off of its like top, splashing all over you. What would you like to do, Elser?
Fuck. Okay. So before we said it, I said that I was prepping a shield for if anything happened. Am I allowed to do that? I don't know about
So shield
initiative versus out of initiative stuff.
I believe shield is actually a reaction. Please correct me.
Is it a reaction? I
Shield-
think
no,
it's
shield
one
is,
action.
one act-
Oh,
well,
right, and then it
reaction
gives you
for
the
shield block.
yeah. So as soon as you see this come up, you're able to cast shield, the spell shield, before initiative, and now you have your full turn. Like you're
Okay.
watching this water erupt. You knew something was gonna happen, and reflexively you just cast the arcane ward in front of you. You now have the spell
Yeah.
active for this turn. So until the beginning of your
Okay.
next turn, you'll have the spell, and you can go about your turn with 3 actions.
Okay. I am going to. I should have prepped this. I was not expecting to go first. Extraction. And that's not concentration. Okay, I am going to cast haste on Keiko
More.
for
Oh man.
Yep. And then I am going to I'm going to move. Can I wait, is there such thing as opportunity attacks?
There is, but it is not It is a very specific thing that you need to take as like a feat or a fighter. So not
Okay.
everything has opportunity attacks like there is in Dungeons and Dragons.
Okay, sick. Then I'm gonna like
That doesn't mean
5,
that this creature doesn't have
10.
that, but
Well, I'm doing it. I'm doing it.
Elsir's out of there. Out of
it
there.
seems like Will was
I'm
sort of
just gonna,
hinting.
I'm just gonna move just back a little bit. I was
Okay.
not expecting it to appear right in front of me. I was hoping it was gonna go to the other
I
side.
thought it was
I
gonna
thought it was
come out
going
of
into. Yeah, I thought it was gonna come out of the leaf part.
You're just like, Keiko, take care of
Oh, you silly, silly
Yeah,
pirate.
I'm dipping. All right.
Yeah, Elsir casts the shield up in front of himself, reaches back, like grabs one of Keiko's feathers. Keiko, you just feel this surge of speed come through. You feel like you could do anything right now. And then runs the hell out of there. Wants nothing to do with this massive living water in front of him. That is Elsir's turn, which means it is now the water's turn.
Oh no.
So
The water's turn.
the water is going to, you see, if you like zoom in on the actual form of this creature, it is literally, and I'll blow it up here.
It's an angry wave.
Literally a giant wave with water for a face and water arms that are
Two
smaller waves
With
next to it.
fist to pop pop, like, or
That's
like
a blocker.
splash splash.
Oh my god.
So one of these arms, right, that is in and of itself a wave, detaches from the main body and just like surges forward into crashing well over head height straight into Lavana. It's gonna be, we'll see. That was a terrible roll, and I am sad about it. 17 hit.
No,
No.
miss.
No. Well,
Sorry.
that's fine. I'm not bitter because it's gonna do it again. And as this wave like crashes through you, you're used to being in the surf. You have a swim speed, so you just kind of do that thing where you like dive head first through the wave and just like pop out on the other side of it.
I've seen
Just
people
to
do
see
that.
in time its other arm, the second wave, racing towards your face. 22 this time. Maybe.
That one will hit, yeah.
That one will hit. Sweet. So, that's going to be a decent amount of damage. As the entirety of this surf just slams into you. You were unprepared this go around. As you take, math is hard, 16 points of bludgeoning damage as you just slammed by this surf so hard, in fact, that it actually knocks you back 5 feet. It is then going to slosh up right to here. That is its turn. Keiko, you have now
Wait,
been...
on top of. Oh, wait, did I get
No,
pushed back?
it got
Is
pushed
that what
you.
happened?
It pushed you back with the force of the wave.
Okay, okay,
Yes.
sorry.
Keiko,
I didn't know if I asked.
you are magically emboldened. What would you like to do?
Okay, so if I go here, is that flanking because Lavana's here, or does that not count as? She's inside the wave?
No, you'd have to be
It has to be like here, right?
here to be flanking, or above it.
here.
Yeah, flanking is like directly across.
Okay.
So either
So-
of the two squares here would need to be taken up for you to be flanking here.
Got you. Okay, so I'll go ahead and go right here.
So the water itself is difficult terrain. So that would be
Like here or
5,
here?
10, 15, 20, 25. So it'd be 25 feet of movement. So if you have 25 feet of movement, that's fine.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Second action. Keiko never.
You entirely cut out there, my friend. Keiko never what?
Keiko never sheathed her rapier, so she still has it in her hand. She's just gonna stab.
That is a bold assertion, but I'll take it.
I mean, I never. I did.
There was very little time.
Just like
Uh,
Makes sense to me.
being
could be
healed
a-
on the ground, holding her rapier up high, just for fun. No, go ahead.
25 to hit.
25. Well, you're stabbing into water. However, as you stab into this water, something gives, and you're not really sure what stabbing water feels like. You're not used to just stabbing water, but it definitely doesn't feel like what you don't think it would have felt like what it does feel like in this moment. As you stab in, you get some actual like resistance, some almost like feels like some kind of like water balloon almost that you're like pushing into, and then you feel it pop as you drive the rapier in. And go ahead and roll damage.
Cool. And since I'm
Nice.
flanking,
Since you're
that's
flanking,
not a crit with a flank, right?
No.
But I am going to do
no, you wish.
46 of damage. That's bad. Okay, that's gonna be 18 points of damage.
18 points of damage. Yeah, solid. So you have
Wow.
one more action. What would you like to do?
I have 2 more actions actually.
You moved and then
'cause
attacked.
I'm hasted.
Oh, you're hasted, right? Forgot. This
Yeah.
party's
So
broken.
let's go with electric arc and need to
Electric
make a
arc.
reflex save.
Okay. Reflex save, you say.
Yes, I say.
Wow, in that case. 19?
That's a fail. So it takes 3d4 damage.
You sure you don't want to arc it out into Jadrin just for fun?
No, just
I'm just asking.
I mean, I don't know. Keiko thought about it. It feels like
I want to make sure you're doing the most damage possible. I'm just giving alternatives.
we got it the other 2 hands. He's all right for now.
All right.
That's 7 points of damage.
7 points of electricity damage. Yeah, so one stab straight in, you feel this like burst, and the water just shoots up once more, spraying you in the face. Then you reach out your other hand again, just a tale as old as time. The 1-2 punch from Keiko the Magnificent, just bursting electricity into this thing. The end of Keiko's turn brings around. Man, I wish I wrote this down properly. The end of Keiko's turn brings up Lavana.
All right. So, I was gonna run away, but now I'm in this flanking position. So I'm gonna stab at it with my trident, if I may.
Nice.
If I may.
For me, it says Lavana's right here, but I guess you're right here, huh?
I'm right here.
Oh yeah, it says you're like.
Just go ahead and refresh your page if you're not seeing her. She is actually in the corner position to be flanking.
I had
Okay.
to refresh mine as well.
Oh, okay.
Because my sheet was being odd. But, yeah, sorry, I refreshed mine again.
Roll
Oh, there we
with
go,
your
yeah.
trident.
So, I'm just trying to see what my attack modifier is. My bad. It's not too good. That's gonna be a 17. Oh wait, 15 to hit, but it's flat-footed.
Unfortunately, this feels exactly like what you imagine stabbing a trident into water feels like, as you just feel the water just swish around it. You get this like nice lunging strike straight out into it, but it's just and nothing seems to happen. But that's only your first
Okay.
action, so what else do you want to do?
Second action, I am going to sorry. Second action, I am going to stab at it again. Why not?
Seems reasonable.
Yeah.
Poke, poke.
Ooh, that's a natural 18. So that's gonna be a 21 to hit this time.
With the -5?
Yeah.
You sure?
The natural 18 plus 8.
-5 is
Normally.
21.
That's
Fortunately,
what I
21 is
said.
not going to hit, as once more you were swinging into foam instead of water.
And she's flanking too?
With flanking, though, you do in fact manage to hit,
There we go.
because that's what I
Okay.
said the first time. Go ahead and roll damage.
Okay, thank you. 1 second. What is
That's what I said the first time. I don't know what you're talking about.
9 points of damage.
9 points of damage. One
And
more
third
action.
action, I will cast shield on myself.
Sensing a theme here. Okay, so poke, second one, you get that strange sensation once more of stabbing into this body of water. You feel this slight resistance, this just like layer of malleable something that you pop and poke through. Yeah, this thing is, now you notice at this point, after what has happened to it so far, it seems like it is slightly shrunk in size. There seems to be less water making up the mass of this creature now, as water has been now thrown across in every direction in this room. After Lavana is none other than Jadrin the Fighter.
Alright. Jadrin, for his first action, he's going to take out his long sword.
I bet you will.
He sure will. And he's just gonna slice into that thing.
Let's see it. Roll a hit.
Oh no. Okay, 18.
18, unfortunately, is not going to hit. Once more, you are reminiscent of a small child fighting the waves of the beach.
So for my third action, I will try it again and take the 5-point penalty thing.
Yep.
Okay. Well, with the 5 deduction, it's another 18.
I'm
So
so
never
sorry.
mind.
Unfortunately, this creature is just a little too amorphous for Jadrin's fighting spirit to quite comprehend. He is, while an immaculate fighter, not used to, again, fighting literal water. So, we roll around back to Elsier. As you're watching your compatriots battle this creature, what would you like to do?
Okay, yes, I was getting the correct dice for this. Seen Keiko's electricity spell, I'm gonna go along with that electricity theme, and I am going to cast Lightning Bolt
Okay.
at
Oh, that's a good one.
Okay.
third level.
Nice.
So
Good
let's
idea.
really hope that I roll well on this. Okay. That is a 30.
And this is
I rolled a natural 19 plus 11.
and that's to hit?
That's to hit.
Oh, that hits.
Okay. Okay. And so that is 4d12 damage.
Oh, actually, I'm sorry. This spell is actually in a straight line, so you don't need to roll to hit, but it does make a reflex save against you.
Oh, okay. So my bad. It
No,
makes
it's all
a
good. I just wanted to double check. So, I don't think it matters. Let's see what its reflex is. I rolled really poorly again. It is a 19 against your spell.
DC 21.
DC
Oh,
21.
no.
That excited exhale.
So go ahead and roll
Okay.
damage.
That is 14 plus 9 plus 6. That is 29 points of
29
electricity damage.
Goodness gracious. So, you send this rather exaggerated bolt of lightning, seeing Keiko just put these like sparks in comparison into this thing. You're like, I could do better than that. And you send a javelin of this lightning arcing through the creature. It slams into the back wall behind it. And you just watch arcs of electricity course through the water, and steam just begins to boil and erupt out of the impact zone. This thing is now starting to look like it's pretty hurt. It's pretty hurt. But that being said, you have one more action, don't you?
Yeah. You know what? I'm gonna cast shield.
Seems reasonable.
Oh, after you cast it once, you can't cast it again for 10 minutes.
That's using the
Oh,
shield block.
my
I believe.
bad.
But she can sustain it.
No.
She sustains the shield.
Is
So-
sustaining it one action?
Yeah.
Bet. I am going
I'm
to
100%
sustain.
sure that's correct.
Yeah, no, you can cast it for 1 every turn. You can only not use it again if you use
After
it to
you
shield
use the
block.
shield block. Got it.
Yeah.
Thank
Okay,
you.
yeah.
Cool.
Okay, cool.
My
Then
bad.
yes, I will cast shield.
Awesome. So, once more, this like vague, opaque, slightly opaque blue wave just ripples into existence in front of your face. Now that is in place. Yes, it's my turn. That's what it is. This creature, once more, is going to send a wave to attempt to crash into Levana. Oh, I think I got you. It's a 30. 30 to hit. I'm
With
just,
my shield,
just picking up my dice.
that's still a crit.
Still a crit with the shield.
30 is a crit?
Wow.
Yeah, because my AC is 19. With my shield spell, it's 20. He rolled a 30.
Oh my goodness.
So that crits.
Wait, it's only +1? Oh my gosh, it is only +1.
The shield spell, yeah.
Well, you could.
I mean, most shields only do.
Crit, yeah.
So,
I mean, I am going to use the shield block reaction.
okay,
In this.
you're casting this at 3rd level, which means it has a hardness of 10. Good to know. So, the way this will work is that the total amount of damage is reduced by the shield's hardness, in this case 10. And then the remainder of the damage is split evenly between Levana and the shield. Since the shield is non-existent, she'll only take half of the damage after the hardness is considered. But that means probably pretty good for you too, because I rolled terribly. 26 minus the 10 would be 16. Halved would be 8. So you take 8 points of bludgeoning damage. You are still, once more, pushed back, 10 feet.
Cool.
Now comes the
Perfect.
hard part. Now comes the hard part. Let's go. Actually, Jadrin didn't really do anything, so it's just gonna try to hit Keiko.
No.
Wave coming out at Keiko. That's going to be a...
Wait, let me ask a question before you say something.
Yes.
Does nimble dodge? That's a reaction. Do I have to do that before you announce
You
the
would have to
roll,
call
or do I have to call it before the roll?
Let me see.
Because the trigger is when I get attacked. It's not when I get hit.
Yeah, you'd have to say that before you.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and call my reaction nimble dodge. I'm gonna get an extra +2 to my AC. But go ahead and say
No, I don't believe for nimble dodge you have to.
It says a creature targets you with an attack, and you can.
Yeah, so that's when it
true.
says it's going to attack, but before the
The
result of the roll.
announced.
So that is going to be a 30 to hit.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Yeah, that hits. It's not a crit though, so that's good.
There's an upside.
Yeah. I mean, it wouldn't have been a crit either way, so I kind of just that, but whatever.
It's still worth trying. It's going to be 13 points of bludgeoning. You are pushed back and slammed into the rock wall behind you, and take an additional 4 points of bludgeoning damage.
So 17 total. All right.
It's then going to sloop right over to here because it doesn't like being flanked. That is the end of its turn as it dishes out some serious damage to some of you. And it is now Keiko. Keiko, you were just ravaged by the waves, slammed straight into the back wall. Solid stone. Doesn't feel good. What would you like to do?
Oops. I'm trying to just updating my character sheet. Okay, let's see. Where did he move? That's not good. Keiko will step up. Boom. And she will just she'll stab. That's gonna be a 20. 24.
24, you say?
Yeah.
That'll hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
All right. Too bad there's no sneak attack. That's pretty good. 11 points of damage.
11 points of damage.
And
You
then
stab into this thing and just splatter of spray just erupts across your face. Some of it gets into your beak and your nose hole, and it feels uncomfy.
she'll just stab again, because why not?
Just why not, honestly.
I don't think an 18's gonna hit.
18 unfortunately does not. This time just striking the surf and the wave around the living wave. That was the end of...
I have one more action, because I'm
Oh my
hasted.
god, you're hasted! Every time! Sorry, go ahead.
Let me, I'm gonna cast Guidance on Jadrin. And, even though Keiko doesn't really like him, she's gonna be like, she needs him to do something, because
Yeah.
she's...
Thanks, bud.
like,
Need you to
like,
do
leave-
Didn't do
something!
anything last turn.
Please hit him. Yeah.
Well, that's what you get
Wait,
for
so what
killing 3 of the ants in 2 turns. You know, you win some, you lose some.
So the what guidance does, it gives you a +1 on your first attack. So the first attack you make next round, when it's your turn, you get a +1.
Okay,
It's pretty
Some good stuff. Some good stuff.
cool.
Keiko, are you finished with your 7 actions?
Yeah, all 10 actions are done.
All right, Lavana, it's now your turn.
Alright, so first action, I am going to cast Forbidding Ward, targeting my ally Keiko and my enemy, that creature. So you get a +1 bonus to AC from him.
All right.
And third action, I'm going to cast Heal on myself.
Seems prudent, yeah.
Yeah.
Are you doing the 2 action, I'm assuming? Or the
No,
1 action?
The 1 action.
Okay.
That's on me.
You can do a 2 action on yourself. that's all.
I get 10 points. Yes, but I just used a 2 action spell
Gotcha.
on Keiko. So.
I've never heard of that spell, so I'm just assuming you're saying it does the things that it does.
Cool.
Yeah. Nice. So is that the end of your turn, Lavana?
Yes.
So doing some pretty useful clericy things, you put up this strange force field between the wave and Keiko, and then heal some of the rather unfortunate injuries you yourself have obtained. Lavana into Jadrin. Jadrin, you have been
Nice.
so guided that you feel extra powerful.
All right. For my first action, can I move up this way? Is this a place
Yeah.
I can go?
It's going to take
Okay.
10 feet of movement, but you're more than able to do that.
I just wasn't sure what the water was.
Yes.
Um,
It is passable, but it's
Okay.
called difficult terrain, which means it's a little bit harder. So it takes twice the distance.
cool. Okay. And then I will take up my longsword and go to work with that.
I think you already had it out, so you don't need to spend the action.
Oh, cool. So then I will just, as my second action,
Just hit him.
attack.
Just
Sway.
slap him.
Oh my god. Okay.
Don't forget the plus one.
Well.
So
Okay. With the +1, it's 21. So.
With the +1, it's a 21.
Will, I don't know if we ever explained hero point.
Hero points. Yes. We didn't, because I don't remember to do these things. Kate, hero points are like inspiration, except you get one at the beginning of every session. Molly,
Yes.
hero points lets you re-roll 1 die at any point at all,
How
just
convenient.
for fun.
Okay.
You can also earn hero points by doing heroic and cool things, being a hero.
Cool. So I can use that now.
If you'd
So I
like
can
to.
re-roll my 4.
Absolutely, if you want to use it now.
If you would like to, we are.
Okay. But I can only use it once per.
Until
like...
you get a new one. Yep. Hero points, for reference, it lets you re-roll. It also lets you, if you are unconscious and dying, automatically stabilize. So,
Okay. I might just deal with my 21 miss.
yeah. It's something to keep
Alright.
in mind.
Sorry, guys. Jadrin's having an off day.
You got one more action, though.
Oh, that's true.
First
So I'll try
time.
one more time. Yeah.
In a long time.
try.
It's the
rolling
first
again.
time he's slapped water in forever, so you know. It's hard to say.
Okay. All right. So now, do I still get the guidance, or was that just
No,
that's
that's
gone
just
from
a-
that last one?
Just the
Okay.
one.
It's just a one. yeah.
Gotcha. Okay, so this time I got 27.
That'll do it. That'll do
Yeah.
it. Yep. Yep.
There it is.
I love how your second
Alright.
attack is a 27 because why not?
Oh
Go ahead, roll
wait, I
damage.
forgot. No, wait, I forgot to minus the 5, so it's a 22.
22. Still hits.
Yeah. Okay.
Funnily enough.
All right, the AC is 22.
I didn't say it. Yeah. So, go ahead and roll damage.
Cool. So my damage is plus 4, 12.
12. This thing is now almost a mockery of its former self, with the amount of water that has been dissipated from its form as you continue to land blow after blow after blow into it. And now Jadrin finally too, joining in on the party, slashing out a
Took long
significant
enough.
chunk of this creature's form. But that is the end of Jadrin's turn. Elser,
Yeah.
what would you like to do?
Okay. I am first going to use the stride action, and I'm gonna move back, like, I don't know, like, what, 5? Is that 15 if I cross over there? or
That
is
part
it 10?
isn't difficult terrain. It doesn't really have water in it. It's more decorative.
Cool. So 5, 10, 15, 20. I'll move here. That's far enough. And then I'm going to use 2 actions to cast Ray of Frost.
Oh,
Which is,
interesting.
I rolled a natural 20, I'm not kidding. Plus 11, so that's a 31.
That is a crit. That is certainly a crit.
Okay, so, that means, so because I'm casting it third, okay, so is it cantrip, then first, second, third?
So
Right, so
cantrips.
you do
Four?
3d4 damage.
Yeah.
So
it's,
4d4 damage, so
three-
I'm rolling 8d4?
So it's 3d4. It
Oh,
starts at level
3d4.
1, and then level 2, level 3. So the
Okay.
base damage listed there is level 1, and then each heightened is 1 more d4 for a total. What does it start at? What does it start at?
It starts at 1d4, and so it's heightened twice, so it's 3d4.
So yeah,
3d4.
3d4, and then you're rolling
Plus your,
3, and then
spellcasting
and then
modifier.
doubling it.
Okay, great. That is 3, 5, 7. Do I double the spellcasting ability modifier as well, or just the dice?
Yes, you do. Double everything.
Okay, so that is 7, that's 11, 22. And so that's 22 points of cold damage, and it has a minus 10-foot status penalty to its speed
Well,
for 1 round.
I think that's the least of its concerns.
Kill it.
Because you launch out this ray of pure cold that slams this being in its now much smaller chest. And you watch as waves of ice begin to radiate out. The surf and foam frothing off of it begins to almost turn into like snow as it drifts down to the ground. You watch the ice encapsulate the form of this creature before the weight of the sculpture you have now created causes it to crumble under its own self and shatter into ice specks on the ground. It is
Hey.
out of there.
We did it!
Oh,
I've never been more excited about a nat 20 in my life.
so as
Well,
the creature disintegrates into flakes of ice and puddles of snow, you watch as another wall begins to make way, forming a hallway.
Oh.
You
Keiko's
watch
gonna stealth into the
now
tunnel.
as let's see, a short passageway opens into a long, quiet chamber. And as you all are standing in the entrance, you hear the of metallic wings as Kahlo flies past you into the hallway and off where it forks to the left. And as he, like, you know, zooms by the heads of Jadrin and Keiko, just this as he's, like, passing straight over you. And zooms off to the left.
Okay.
Keiko's gonna stealth into the tunnel and follow Kowal. First, Keiko's gonna drink a health potion. So.
Oh. How is everybody on health right now?
I'm just gonna drink this and I'll let you know. A lesser healing potion, 2d8.
Things.
Okay, so Keiko, are you back to normal now with that health potion?
As soon as I can do math, 18 plus 44 is what? Like 50, 62? Yeah, I'm good to go.
Alright. Elser, how are you doing? Health-wise.
I don't think Elser was hit.
Elser wasn't hit?
Oh, Elsa. Oh,
Yeah.
Elsa. I thought you said. Oh,
Jadrin also wasn't hit.
I'm too swab to be hit. Let's be real, guys.
Too far away
Okay.
to be hit.
Well,
Tomato, tomato, you know.
in that case, I am also going to take my lesser healing potion.
Is it the distance? Is it the charm? Who's to say? You know.
Not Elser. Elser has no idea.
Okay, but Keiko will start going into the tunnel, following
Yeah.
Kowal. She's gonna stealth for sure. That's gonna be a 14 plus 13, so that's gonna be a 27.
27. Okay.
She's
Yeah, go ahead and show me where you're going.
I got exactly
Well,
enough
very
from
good.
my healing potion to get back to full.
Nice.
Yeah, so you get into the entryway. You see that there are two chambers, essentially, that branch off. One to the left that has rows and rows of these weapons that you notice, and a statue at the far end. The chamber to the right has 4 pedestals that are arranged in a semicircle around an altar, and adjacent to the pedestals to the north is another doorway. The only door that you see in the vicinity, kind of the only exit way that you might find as of yet. You look to the north here and see that there is a statue upon which Kahlo is perched. You see that the chamber is flanked on both sides by these wooden racks that are bedecked with old, dust-covered weapons. Some appear to be in fine condition, while others appear to be nothing more than rusted scrap. The clockwork parrot sits atop a small plaque at the far end of the chamber, at the feet of this knightly statue, and is lit by a narrow shaft of light that almost seems to emanate from above the statue's head out into the chamber below.
Don't touch the swords or the spears.
Don't touch them.
Any particular
touch.
reason? I mean, I won't touch anything.
Because we need to pay homage to the lost. Take not the blade or spear if you want to win the Pirate King's treasure.
Oh, it's part. Oh, okay, it's part of your message.
Yeah.
Part of your...
I think Keiko's gonna
I was
stealth
gonna
up
ask if
slowly,
you
not
recognize
touching
your
anything.
moves.
I'm gonna go up to here. Well, you said Kalo's like up here.
Yeah, Kahlo is perched on the pedestal. There's like a pedestal with a statue on top of it.
Okay, gotcha.
The front of the pedestal has a small plaque. You see this like bronze engraved plaque. You can't quite read what it says from there, but Kahlo is perched directly above said plaque.
Yeah, I'll go read it. What does it say?
So the plaque says, "Honor the weapons of the fallen dead, those who died in service upon the sea. But let not these tools go unused, for even in death they might help the living."
Okay.
Oh.
That is
So-
the
No plate.
opposite of what.
Everybody can go ahead and roll me a perception check.
Okay.
11.
19.
22.
18.
Okay. So you all notice that there are what appear to be a variety of weapons that pirates would have used. Specifically, you notice, especially as you pick out 2 or 3 of the more ornate pieces, that these appear to be the weapons that were used by the various crew members of the Brass Bird who had passed. You see maybe a sword with an inscription that you recognize to be the sword that belonged to a friend of yours who had passed away or died in the line of service. So it stands to reason that these are all of the weapons that were used by the members of your crew who had died on the open waters. Secondly, you notice that the vast majority of these weapons are, in fact, swords of every variety and spears. However, there are a few other weapons that make up this ensemble. There are also a number of clubs and gaffs.
Okay.
And
Elsie, what were the weapons we can't
Yeah.
touch?
Don't touch the blades, don't touch the spears. Guys, I've said this 3 times already. You really gotta...
And what did the plaque say?
To touch the weapons, basically.
Yeah.
The plaque says, "Pay homage to the lost. Take not their blade or spear." Oh wait, that's what
Okay.
the message says. The plaque itself, as I mentioned, says, "Honor the weapons of the fallen dead, those who died in service upon the sea. But let not these tools go unused, for even in death they might help the living."
all right.
Okay, so
Okay.
let's take the clubs and what's the last thing?
Yeah,
we saw.
so the clubs and gas.
Yeah.
Gaffs.
The
Yeah.
clubs and
Yeah.
gaff tape, yeah.
Peter good.
Someone mentioned they had a bag of holding.
I have a type 1 bag of holding.
Yeah,
Yes.
well, I guess we'll throw it all in there.
Well, I mean, it says let them not go unused. So
Right,
maybe
so we
should-
gotta. You think we should use them? Like,
I
how?
don't know, maybe. Can anybody use
Well-
a club or a gaff? I don't.
I mean, I'm sure at some point in the future there will be another fight that we have to deal with.
Oh,
Just hold on to him for now.
Who's got the highest wisdom?
Probably Lavana.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not me.
Go ahead and roll a wisdom check.
Yeah, I've got a 19 wisdom. It's gonna be a wisdom check, so just with my wisdom
Just with your
modifier.
wisdom modifier.
21.
21. You notice something very. This is a strange mix of in-game and out-of-game knowledge. The vast majority of these weapons, the spears and every sword of every variety, are all piercing and slashing weapons. The clubs and gaffs, the 2 weapons not specifically mentioned by the note that Elser has, are bludgeoning weapons.
Oh.
Mm.
Interesting. So I'll point that out. I'll say, well, maybe we need weapons to fight something that can't be stabbed or slashed. Maybe it needs to be hit, and so we'll need these weapons.
So who is
Let's keep
taking
them out for now.
who is taking what?
What's a gaff
What
again?
is a gaff?
A
I
gaff
don't know what a gaff is.
They're both bludgeoning 1d6. A gaff is a length of wood with a single metal spike at the end.
Okay.
Oh, right.
So it's used for like grabbing onto other ships and pulling them in, or grabbing like driftwood or stuff that's floating out at sea, pulling it into the ship. A club is pretty straightforward. It's a 1d6 club.
Okay.
A gaff has the trip trait, which means that you get a bonus trip to your trip attempts if you wanted to try to trip something with a gaff. Club, on the other hand, I don't remember off the top of my head. So a club can be thrown. That's
Ooh.
the difference.
Okay.
I'll take a club because I can throw things well.
Do we know how many of each thing there are?
There's a couple.
One of each.
There's enough for
One
each person
Okay.
to have one
Or two
of
of
each.
I'll take
Okay.
a club.
But it is, yeah. So Lavana's taking a gaff or a club. Keiko's
Club.
taking a club.
Mm-hmm.
Jasmine?
I also would like a club if there are 3.
Sure. And Elsa?
I'll take a gaff to stand out.
Naturally. Gotta have the other one, of course.
I want to throw
Gaff
things.
with the gaff.
So, y'all make your way out. You watch as Kahlo, upon each of you picking up an item, Kahlo lifts off of his perch and with another residing Gah! Rides out into the chamber that was to the right.
Keiko stealthing. Wow, that's the 30, so I think I'm good.
As far as you're aware, your own group can't even see you at this point. Yes.
I'll stealth as well.
Sure.
I make it to this table. There's no. I roll perception.
25.
Okay. Yeah. That is solid stuff. What's your perception, Keiko?
27.
27.
Lavana is hanging out just behind the rest of the group.
Oh, and by the way, I sheathed my rapier and I just have a club in my hand.
Lavana?
Lavana is like staying back because she knows she's not stealthy. So I'm just hanging out around the corner and like letting everybody else go forward while I
Sure.
don't.
While you refrain. Yes.
Well, I wait to heal them if need be.
So, Keiko, as you enter, prior to the remainder of your party, and each of you in succession see this.
Okay.
The cavern corridor opens into a naturally domal chamber. 4 stone pedestals stand before you, arrayed in a semicircle around a small altar. Atop the altar are 4 stone sculptures. One depicts the sun. Another has been carved to look like a crescent moon. The third is a tablet that has a small constellation of stars carved into it. And the fourth resembles a comet racing across the sky. The pedestals themselves are identical, save for the fact that each has a shining coin set in its face, starting on the left with a copper, followed by silver, gold, and platinum. You also notice, Keiko, as you arrive upon the pedestal, that it has an engraving. The engraving says,
Ooh.
"To find your way, you must be able to navigate by the sun, the moon, and the stars, preying upon a lucky comet to find your way home. The sun is mighty in value, worth more and placed before the stars. The moon, in her pale radiance, can't be gold or copper. To spy a comet is worth 100 times what you might get for glancing upon a moon. The stars come out right before the moon rises."
Okay, that's pretty easy.
I love this riddle.
So Keiko, she starts to look around the room. It's like looking around, like noticing the way the room is shaped and everything. And then she's gonna take out her piece of the map, and then she's gonna look down, and then back up, and then down, back up, down, up, and then she's gonna be like, guys, this is like my map, and she's gonna lay out the map, and the message on her piece says, "Lost at sea, remember that the one that is worth most always goes last." So, in regards to the riddle, it sounds like, okay, I mean, you guys want to guess? Because I kind of figured it out.
Yeah. I used to do these in elementary school, like all the time. So I love these.
These are, yeah, I also love these.
All right, well, where was this energy when you had to unlock a safe? All right.
What?
The entire
with the steering wheel.
Steering wheel was just a safe combination.
I was excited about that too. What?
I'm just saying the door isn't open yet, so let's see what you got.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think it's comet, sun, moon, stars. Comet is platinum. Sun is gold. Moon is silver. Stars are copper.
You see, I thought it was sun is platinum, comet is gold, moon is silver, stars is copper.
That's what I got. Is it the standard ratio is like it 10 copper equals 10 silver, 10 silver
Everything
equals
is tens, yep.
Okay.
So 10 copper is 1 silver, 10 gold. Or, sorry, 10 silver, 1 gold, 10 platinum.
I think I was wrong. I'm reading it again.
So yeah, the moon can't be gold or copper, so it's either silver or platinum. The comet
The comet is worth 100 times what you might get for glancing upon the moon. So,
right.
So that's platinum.
And the sun is worth more in place before the stars.
Yeah. So,
And
but
then my
not
note,
right before the stars.
Yeah. I'm just saying
But
because
the stars come out right before the moon rises. Is the
No, that's correct. I thought it was comet is worth 100 times the stars, but yeah, no, that is correct.
So what are you guys doing?
So, yeah.
Wait. So the sun is mighty in value, worth more and placed before the stars. The
I think that
moon
means that the sun is worth more, like the most.
Yeah. But not
necessarily the most,
necessarily
but
the most, but definitely more than the stars.
The
Definitely
moon
more
has
than
to
the
be
stars.
silver, and if the comet is 100 times worth the moon, that means that the comet has to be platinum, which means
Correct.
that the sun has to be gold and the stars have to be copper.
That sounds right to me.
But the stars come out right before the moon rises.
Yeah. Stars
Yeah.
are copper,
Stars-
moon is silver.
Stars, moon, sun, comet.
Okay.
Right.
I was doing the conversion wrong. That makes sense.
Okay.
So and then my note says, "Lost at sea, remember that the one that always goes last." So I guess comet. We have to make sure that comet goes last. I don't know what that means. Maybe
Okay.
we all have to hold one of these statues, maybe, and like walk through the door or put them on the pedestal behind. Yeah, maybe that's it. We have to each take a statue in some specific order. We have to place them on each pedestal here, the one that matches each one, I guess. And maybe that will unlock the door or something.
Okay. Yeah, I think we need to have like the platinum coin with the. Is there a statue of each of these things? Is that what?
Yeah,
Yeah,
there's a
so
statue
on
of the
the
moon.
actual
Okay.
altar, there is 4 statues. One of a sun, one carved in a crescent moon, a tablet that has the depiction of a constellation, and another statue that depicts a comet that is streaking across the sky. There are 4 small stone, about yay large, tablets and or sculptures of each of these celestial objects.
Okay.
And then you said there's this copper, silver, gold.
It goes left to right. So the lefternmost, if you're looking from where Keiko is, looking at the altar, looking at the pedestals, it goes left to right, copper, silver. Here, let me just ping it. Copper, silver, gold, platinum.
Mhm. Okay.
What are
So
y'all
maybe
doing?
we should
So,
start
And the
with
statues are already on each pedestal?
No, the statues
No,
are
they're
all
over
on the
here.
altar in the middle.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Here.
and Keiko, what was your thing? Your
my what?
I thought you said that you had a clue for this.
Oh yeah, the clue. Yeah, it's lost at sea. Remember that the one that is worth last.
Remember
I
that
think
the
we have to
one
go-
that is worth the most goes last.
Yeah.
So that
So the
Probably
one
the same-
that's worth
yeah.
the most is the platinum. So Comet goes
So
last.
it goes 2, 3, 1, 4 from. Or sorry, it goes sun, stars, moon, comet. Right?
When we
In
start with
terms of
copper,
placement.
when we start with stars,
Sorry. Yeah, sorry. I was saying in terms of like the order that you place it down.
That we put them down.
so it'd
Yeah.
be stars, moon, sun, comet.
I can't see what you wrote there.
So, but okay, so that's what their words are. That's where they go. We're talking about the order that we place them down now.
All it says is that the
So-
one worth the most goes last, though. So couldn't we just put them in order from least to most
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
value?
No, because the stars come out right before the moon rises. Is the
So I think the
Oh.
order that we need to place it down in is sun, which is gold, then stars, which is copper, then moon, which is silver, then comet, which is platinum.
That makes
Yeah.
sense.
I
Let's do it.
believe that's correct.
So the sun is first. Keiko's gonna
Sun.
take
yeah.
the sun statue and go up to the gold pedestal. Place it
Okay.
And then Lavana. Oh gosh,
down.
sorry. Lavana is going to.
Wrong tool.
I'm so sorry. Lavana's gonna pick up the moon.
Wait, the stars
it
go
would be
next,
stars.
right?
No, sorry,
it would
the
be
stars.
stars next.
Yeah.
Put 'em on top.
Stars, and put that on the copper.
Okay.
I'll do the
Judger.
moon.
Oh, you got
never
moon.
mind. Nope. You got it.
All right. Judge will carry the moon in there,
Okay.
and then.
And then Elsa will obviously take the most expensive one and put it up here.
There we
Naturally.
go.
So, Elsair, you take the final comet statue and walk gingerly towards the platinum pillar, placing upon it the statue in your hands. After a second, nothing happens. You gingerly rotate the statue a little bit so that it's flush with the coin. And you feel a gust of wind begin to emanate from somewhere in the cavern that sweeps across you. I'd like everybody to roll an athletics save.
Oh, what?
An athletics save or an athletics check?
Fortitude save. Excuse me.
Fortitude save.
42. Okay, well,
Sorry.
Heck yes. Do you want us
Yeah,
to just call them
Milana,
out?
what'd you get?
28.
Keiko?
24.
Jadrin?
27.
Elser?
15.
Oh no.
Elser. While everyone seems to be able to stay on their feet unperturbed by the wind that has now accosted them, you fall flat to the ground, ending up taking about 12 points of bludgeoning damage as your back slams into the ground, and then the statue of the comet comes racing and bonks you right across the face. However,
Wow.
you all see that as the wind blows across you, so too does the door itself slam open, revealing another cavern behind.
Another.
Another.
After you, Keiko.
Okay, stealthing in. I'm gonna roll stealth. As always, it's
Stealthing,
awesome. I got a 30 again. I think that was a 29 actually. Let me see. 29.
29. Okay.
And I'm gonna stealth up right behind this rock.
All right.
Use this blade. Oh, and I'm gonna roll perception, obviously.
Go ahead and roll that perception for me right now.
Oh, not good. 13.
13. Well, you don't need keen eyes to see everything that's around you. So, the rolling ocean has been painted on the walls of this chamber in faded blues and pale whites. Opposite the entrance is a raised platform with an enormous stone throne set against the far wall. An equally large skeleton sits on the throne, clad in the raiment of a pirate, complete with a patch over one of its empty eye sockets. The voice of your former captain calls out from the darkness. My old friends, you've come so far, and the end is just over the horizon. I hope you will face this final test together and learn as I have that you can only step into the future by overcoming your past. The voice fades as the giant skeleton suddenly stirs, standing up and drawing a massive scimitar. With a nightmarish clatter, it stumbles forward to attack. And I'd like everyone to roll initiative. Keiko, you are rolling stealth.
Nice. Solid rolls. 25.
Ah, finally a good initiative. Sorry.
23.
All right, Jadron got a 23.
Mm-hmm.
Elser,
Oh, 14.
14. Lavana,
29.
29.
Nice.
Jeez. Keiko,
25.
25. Okay. All right. The massive skeleton stands from its seated position and has drawn a very, very large, very intimidating scimitar. It's take this opportunity to move forward. 10, 15.
Dang it.
Actually ends up taking 2 move actions to get to here. It doesn't yet see Keiko until it gets to that spot. However, its eyes were drawn immediately to the target it could see at first, Jadron.
Okay.
You see in its hands 2 things. 1, a large scimitar. And 2, a gaff hook. Is much similar to the ones that you had picked up earlier, though this one, much longer, being about twice the size. It reaches out with the hook and attempts to slam it into the side of Jadron.
Nice.
No.
That is going to be a 28 to hit.
Okay. So.
This is against your AC.
Oh yeah, that hits.
That hits? Okay.
Yep.
So, the first thing that's going to happen. Oh boy, there's some things going to happen. The first thing that's going to happen is you're going to take 21 points of piercing damage.
Nice. Okay.
The second thing that's going to happen. Actually, I can't do that yet, so don't worry about that. The second thing that's going to happen, not to you this time, despite my foreboding wording, is a claw, or the scimitar is going to reach out and attempt to slash across Keiko.
Nimble dodge.
Okay, good call. 18 is not going to hit you.
No.
Okay. It's the end of its turn, which means it's now Elser. You watch as this monstrous creature, this undead abomination, walks up and slams a hook straight into the side of Jadrin. What would you like to do?
Alistair goes first.
Elser's like
Wait. Oh, I read it wrong. Never mind. Just kidding. That's gonna be
PG should be going first.
Lavana. Yes.
Yeah.
Rolled a 29.
Lavana.
Okay.
As a birthday gift, I'll give you second place.
So, I cast spiritual weapon.
Nice.
Which takes the form of a giant nautilus shell. I'm deciding right now.
Okay.
Oh, what? A shell?
A giant nautilus shell.
Like, those
the
like
ones that are like
yeah.
the ones
No,
that
no
like
idea.
the
Just Google
ancient,
Nautilus.
the ancient creatures. That
Okay,
like
yeah,
still
yeah, that.
exist. 'Cause,
Oh, does it?
I think technically, actually, in Pathfinder, it has to be in the form of my.
It would technically be a trident, but if you want it to be a shell,
nautilus shell.
I'll let
I
it
want it
slide.
to be something more bludgeony looking.
It's not gonna be
So, I want it to, like,
damage
Be
though.
force damage.
Yeah, no, it'll be force damage, but like I want it to like, like swim into its head, like.
We'll call it a shell.
Anyway,
Go ahead.
cast spiritual weapon.
Yeah.
Cool.
Go ahead and roll it.
All right, it's gonna. Thank you. Ooh, 28 to hit.
28 to hit. Does in fact hit. Go ahead
Heck
and roll damage.
yes. Okay. The damage is where I'm sorry. I'm trying to see how much damage it does. 1d8 plus your spellcasting ability modifier. Okay.
So like 3 damage? Sounds about right.
Anyway. Ooh, 11 points of damage.
Oh, okay. 11 points of damage as this nautilus shell comes flying in from the sky, just slams it across the side of the face. You watch as the jaw like snaps and unhinges and then snaps back up. That was 2 actions, correct?
Correct.
What was your third action?
For my third action, I would like to have my nautilus shell slam it in the face again, if I may.
I'm not sure if you can maintain in the same turn that you cast.
Yeah, you can. It just takes the -5.
Okay,
Yeah, if it's an
Go for
attack roll, yeah, you can.
go for it.
Natural 18!
For a total of?
So normally plus 11, so 24.
24, unfortunately, is going to miss, as now, seeing the trajectory of your shell, it brings up the scimitar it has in its other hand and just swats it away to the side.
24 misses.
Guys, you are level 5.
Insanity.
You're level 5. This ain't no level 2 nonsense.
You're right, and it's a boss, I'm assuming.
That is the end of Lavana's turn. Keiko, what would you like to do?
Keiko is going to, I'm still stealth, right? Oh, I know, it does seem.
You've got to take the sneak action.
Right. I'm not doing that. Run past it to here.
Okay.
And then Keiko's gonna whack it with a simple weapon.
Okay, it is not currently flanked by you.
That's cocked. I know, unfortunately. 22, which I think
22, unfortunately, is not going to hit.
third
This thing
action.
seems to be a solid wall of bone and metal.
Let's see. Third action. She's gonna guide herself. Cast guidance on herself, so now she gets a +1
Fair enough.
next round.
Yeah, so you give it the old what fur, and the what fur is not quite good enough. So you give yourself a little bit of inspiration. Some, what is it?
Get a hold of yourself.
Some,
Just talking to yourself.
bit of natural magic to enhance your abilities. Next up, after Keiko, is Jadrin.
Yeah. Alright, and this is... So my slashing weapon's not going to do much to this thing.
You picked up a club, right?
But you.
I do have a club, yeah, I just can't use my plus 16 longsword, which sucks. Okay, I am going to... First action...
I think you'll still get an insane
move
bonus.
up.
It's just you won't get the item bonus.
It would be a
Yeah.
plus... Wait, actually, your character sheet might be a little bit different.
Because the plus 16 that I get is because of the longsword.
Right, you get a +1 from the longsword down to 15, but you also have...
She should be an expert in simple weapons as a fighter.
You also have fighter weapon. Yeah, just roll it to +15 until I figure out something else.
Okay. So my second action, I am going to raise my shield. And my third action, I'm going to hit it with my... I forget what I took. Club?
Club.
Yeah.
What did I take? Okay.
Because Elser was the only one to take a gaff.
Okay. So I'm rolling with a plus 15 now?
Yes.
Yeah.
It
Is
should
that what
be.
you said? That doesn't
Plus
seem right
15
to me.
is
Is that it?
Because you should be an expert in simple weapons, which is what a club is.
Okay.
Rank of 4 plus her level 9. What's your strength?
My strength is 19.
Oh, so maybe it should be 13. Plus 13 to hit.
Plus a 13?
Yeah, no, it should be +15.
Alright, cool. Go with the 15 then. Don't question it.
Okay, so I rolled a 17, so 28.
Yeah, that hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
Or if it's plus 15, then it's, yeah, actually much higher than that, but
Well, what's the total?
it hits anyways. The total is 32, actually.
32.
It's blank too.
So, let me do some math in my head. Still not quite a crit. Close, but not quite a crit.
Okay.
So you hit it. Go ahead and roll damage.
What is the damage roll for the...
1d6 plus your strength modifier.
I got a 6.
Total?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so you slap into this thing, just like slamming its little toes on the ground before you with this club. It has some kind of reaction as you hit it. Is that was you moved and then you raised your shield and then you swung?
Yeah, so that was 3. Yeah.
That was 3. Okay. Next up is Elser.
Okay. I'm going to use the stride action, and I'm going to go 5, 10, 15, 20, maybe here, 25 when I'm still near it. And I'm going to use my second action and attempt to trip it with my gaff.
Heck
What
yeah.
does that do? What do I roll?
So,
What?
it's going to be an athletics check against its athletics DC. If you'd like to try something else, I'll give it to you, because you'd realize that you need to be pretty strong to do that. It also has reach, which means that you could do that from 10 feet away.
Okay. Well, see, but wouldn't it be great if this worked? Too bad I have a 0 modifier to my strength. Okay. Then in that case, I already moved. I said that I moved. So I will, because it's 20, because I moved 25 and my speed's 30, can I get like here?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
You're like hugging the wall, but yes.
Yeah, okay. And then I'm gonna use, oh god, I'm gonna use 2 actions and I'm going to cast Lightning Bolt heightened to 4th level spell. Do I do the do I roll the thing, or you said like
I
last
would
time
roll
it?
the reflex save against your
Okay.
save.
Yeah,
DC.
that's what I'm doing.
Wow. Okay. Oh, I mean, I rolled really well, and I'm sorry about that. It was a 32. Reflex.
That doesn't beat my DC.
Oh, wow. In that case.
No, it does. Okay, cool. Yep, that's my turn.
Okay. And I will correct myself with some help from chat that tripping is against reflex DC and not athletics DC. That's my bad. So,
Thank you, second best winner.
pretty sure that's Jack, but could be wrong.
Makes sense.
After Elsir, we go to the top of round 2. It's the skeleton. Skeleton. Oh boy, this skeleton. He's gonna slide the hook out of Jadrin's side and then bring it slamming around behind him into Keiko.
Jeez.
Keiko.
Nimble dodge.
Sweet little Keiko. 27.
Shoot, that hits. Not a crit, though.
Not a crit. Not a crit. And that's actually pretty important. Not crit. That'll be a total of... Oh, I'm rolling the wrong dice. Sorry, they should be bigger dice. 13 plus some stuff. 23 points of piercing damage as the hook slams the spike in it right into your side.
Yeah, that hurts Keiko.
That hurts Keiko.
Pretty bad.
The scimitar now swinging out at Jadrin.
Yay.
This one will be close. Or will it? I don't think it will. 27.
That hits.
Hits. Okay. That'll be... 12 points of slashing damage as this thing just comes down straight across your shoulder.
Okay. How many points did you say?
12.
12 points. Okay.
Upon which it is now Lavana's turn. You watch as your
Alright.
friends are just getting mauled by this thing.
Yikes! Yeah, Lavana is going to take a deep breath and sort of just like reach up to this guy and cast Searing Light, heightened at 4th level.
Okay.
So I shoot a blazing ray of light tinged with holy energy. I make a ranged spell attack at the creature.
Okay.
And I'm using my ocean-looking specific D20 for this one.
Let's see what happens.
But it's a natural 4, so I'm gonna hero point it and use a different dice.
There you go.
For a natural 14.
I think that's the latest hero point I've ever gotten. A natural 14 for a total of...
A natural 14 for a total of 25.
25. 25 misses as the light just goes glancing over its shoulder. It was this close. This close. However, it is unaffected and unafraid.
That was a 4th level spell.
Sorry.
Okay. It's okay.
I really am.
That was 2 actions. My third action, I am going to sustain my spiritual weapon and have it slam him.
Okay, go ahead and roll to hit.
Okay? It doesn't hit.
Take your word on it.
That's the end of my turn.
That was Lavana. Keiko, it is now your turn. You are flanking now.
I know, but flanking doesn't work unless, or sneak attack doesn't work unless I'm using a, and clubs are not finesse weapon. Sad days. I will still hit it with the club, so let's whack it. That's gonna be a 29.
29 hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
And since it's flanking, is it? I doubt it's not a crit.
It's not a
Okay,
crit,
yeah. 4 points of damage.
4 points damage. Definitely a hit. It was definitely a hit.
Keiko's gonna look at the club and then she's gonna throw it at this guy. She's kind of sick of the club and it's like not working for her, so she's throwing it at the skeleton. -5. That's gonna be a 24.
24. Unfortunately, it just.
Even though it's flanked.
Not with a ranged weapon. You're not flanking.
Well,
What?
I have a question.
Yes.
Mine was.
So for Searing Light, it has 2 effects. It has a critical success and a regular success. So if it doesn't hit, it's just nothing. Right?
Yeah. If it makes an attack and you miss, nothing happens. I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
And yes, you're not I could be wrong. But I'm pretty sure flanking only applies to melee weapons.
I mean, I'll just take your word for it. Third
5e, that's usually true.
Third action, Keiko's gonna
be
pull
wielding
out her
melee
rapier.
weapons. Yeah. Yeah. So it's wielding melee weapons. Is the denotation for flanking. So, got one more action. What would you like to do?
Yeah, Keiko's gonna pull out her rapier. Third
Okay.
action.
Third action, draws the rapier. So, that was Keiko. Jadrin. You see Keiko just flailing. One attack, miss. Throws it. It whizzes through the rib cage, then pulls out the rapier. What would you like to do?
Okay. Jadrin still has his shield up, and I can bludgeon with my shield, right? Is that a thing I can do?
Yeah, you can slam it with your shield for sure.
Yeah, so I think I'm gonna do that for my first action. So got a 28.
That hits, yeah.
Okay. And that is D6 plus 4. 9.
9. Yeah, so you slam your left arm out, poof, right into the shit of this thing, and you feel and hear the splinter of bone under the impact of your shield. Definitely doing some damage. It's your first action. What else would you like to do?
And I still have my, what do I have? My club. I'm gonna hit him with that too.
Okay.
Yeah, if I'm using 2 different things, do I still get that 5
Yes.
points? Oh, well, I got a 20, so
20?
that's a 30 even with the,
Wait, you got a natural 20?
A natural 20?
Yeah.
Oh, so you
hell
critically
yeah.
hit it with your club. So go ahead and roll 1d6 plus your strength times 2.
Okay.
Just breaking shins left and right out here.
Jadrin's pissed off.
Yeah, apparently.
So I multiply it after I add my strength?
Yeah, so you roll everything and then add everything up and then multiply it by 2.
It's just 1d6 though, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
Club is just 1d6.
Okay. So then that is 9 times 2, 18.
18. Yeah, so starting to deal some significant damage to this thing. As it's hitting back, but still. Is that the end of Jadrin's turn? Or do you have one more action?
I think I have one more action.
Yeah, I think you have one more action too.
I don't know what to do on my final action actually.
You can always raise
Do
your
I have to
shield.
raise my hand after? Yeah, I might do that. Yeah.
So you're raising your shield as your final action?
Yeah.
Alright. So, boom! Slams out with the shield. Crack! Snaps it across the shin with the club. Raises his shield, trying not to get slammed in return. Elser, what do you have for me?
Alright. Frustrated that my 4th level spell did not hit, I'm going to cast Magic Missile at 3rd level,
Can't
which
miss with
means
magic missile.
6 Magic Missiles. Which I'm gonna hit, which is great.
Can't miss with magic
Okay,
missiles.
and then there's the other thing. No, you cannot, which I am greatly appreciating. Okay, so that's 3, 7, 10, 14 plus 6, 20 points of force damage.
20 points of force
As
damage.
just rapid succession, just.
Yeah, so you all watch as these bolts just like appear around Jadrin's head, and then at the same moment they all just spray out in different directions, you know, going in this like wide arc and then all converging back onto different points, just slamming into the skeleton, breaking ribs, shattering bone, and this thing just as it like reels back from the assault, but presses back in on its turn.
Oh, wait. Sorry, I'm just one more thing really fast.
Yeah.
Is I'm
Go ahead.
also I'm gonna do shields.
Oh, you
Just
have one more action?
my last action.
I'm sorry.
Oh wait, no, I don't, because Magic Missile I had 3. It counts as 3
Yeah,
actions.
okay, I was-
spell. My bad. No,
I
I
was
don't.
confused. I don't know about
That
you guys.
was my bad. You're doing great, my bad.
All right. Well, with that, it is now the skeleton's turn. Skeleton, not liking the fact that it just got rocked by some missiles of magic, will pull the gaff out and swing it with reach at Elser.
It has a gaff?
It's had a gaff, yes.
Oh no.
33.
That's a crit.
Ooh.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the moment you've been waiting for.
Oh no.
So, this is where multiple things happen on the gaff hit. It is not a goof and a gaff. This is just a gaff. Whew. First thing that's going to happen is you're going to take 20 points of piercing damage. The second thing that's going to happen is you are now grabbed by the gaff hook as it slams into you. You are impaled and stuck to it. And on its subsequent turns, it can attempt to maintain the grab on you with the hook to deal additional damage. Then it's going to take its scimitar and it's going to swing it at Keiko.
Why?
Natural 1.
Nice.
So we're just running the whole gambit. Running the whole gambit. It's got one more attack, one more scimitar out at Jadrin. Natural 2, we're not going to talk about it. Up next is Lavana.
All right. First action. Or first and second action, I am going to cast Ray of Enfeeblement.
Oh, you don't say.
So it doesn't hit though with a natural 2.
Yeah, so this
So-
like sickly green beam, you all watch it just like a thin line of this greenish energy just straight through the rib cage and out the other side.
Well, my third action, I don't feel like my my Nautilus shell weapon is doing much, so I'm gonna dart in 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 and get over there.
Okay.
That's
The
it.
end of Lavana means the beginning of Keiko. Keiko, what would you like to do? As you are watching your pseudo friend be impaled on a literal spike.
Keiko, yeah, Keiko doesn't like that. She's definitely gonna stab out at the Skelly Boy with her rapier. Natural 1, hero point.
2 down, 2 to go.
To a natural 2, which will be a 16. That hit, right?
Amazing hero point economy.
Right? You just gotta get that
I
extra.
appreciate the effort. However, I'm going to have to decline your attack. Good hero point economy.
Okay,
Will,
second
can I
attack.
have gone one square not so far? Can I have gone here instead?
Sure. Yeah, it's fine.
A natural 1. I would throw those dice away, but it's the only
Wow.
thing I have.
You can always roll on roll 20.
Oh my gosh. No, it's gonna make third attack, because screw it. A 21?
21 doesn't hit. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
I didn't think so.
I'm genuinely sorry. That was
Keiko's just flailing around with the rapier,
Yeah.
trying to get a hit on this guy.
trying to do something. She's not, again, just not used to fighting something without any meat.
It just sounds
on
like
his
she's
bones.
playing the xylophone on his bones or something.
It's like rattling it in between 2 ribs. After Keiko's turn, Jadrin, you as well.
All
see
right.
the flailing of the bird known as Keiko.
Yeah. I gotta step in and do something about that. Yeah.
Somebody has to. Whether it's you, we'll find out.
Yeah, true. I am going to.
A 1, a 2, and a 1. That's awful.
That's tough, man. It's really tough.
I'm gonna attempt to hit it with my shield again.
Sounds good. Go ahead and roll to hit.
20.
20. Not quite gonna make it.
Not gonna do it. So I will go with my club again. Try that for my second action. Okay. That time it's gonna be ooh, wait a minute. I still get plus 15, right? On the club?
But you do take the -5 for multiple attacks.
Oh, that's right,
So you
that's
got
right.
plus 10
So
right
I
now.
got a 29.
29.
Or
That
28,
hits.
sorry. 28,
That
yeah.
hits. Go ahead and roll damage. As a good friend of mine likes to say, chip it away.
Alright.
Who was that good friend? Is that you?
You don't know that.
That is a 10.
They go to a different school. 10 points of damage.
Yeah.
Once more, you're just slamming down.
I'm good with the club.
Straight
That's what I'm
into its toes. You watch as now, like, what is it? Metatarsal? I don't know. Anatomy. I don't know why I try. As you're just slamming into its toes, shattering bone left and right. Its ankle is out of there, and yet it fights on. So, was that the end of your turn? Did you have one more action? I believe you have one more action.
I'm gonna put my shield up again.
Okay, sounds good.
Hit shield.
End of Jadrin's turn means we have another chance for Elsier to do something. As you are impaled on this hook, you are grabbed. You can attempt to
Yes.
escape the grab.
Yes.
Okay.
That is the first thing that I would like to do. I would like to. Okay. I have a question.
Sure.
That seems strange.
Can I attempt to create a diversion to allow? No, okay, no. I'm trying to figure out a way to use deception because that's the only thing I'm good at to try and get out of this.
Um,
Curious. Could I faint? Quite literally, like pretend to faint as the feint action to throw it off its rhythm and attempt to escape while it's thinking that I'm unconscious.
Go ahead and roll me a deception.
You gotta throw it off its rhythm.
28.
So, all of you watch as Elsier suddenly just goes limp on the hook that is impaled in his side. The giant skeleton looks down, sees the unconscious figure of Elsier on the end of his hook, and he watches it just like flips it over to the side, almost like a spatula flipping an egg. Just zoom, and throws Elsier onto the ground off of the hook as he lifts it up. So you're prone,
You are a merciful DM.
but
That's
you're
fine.
not grabbed.
That's freaking fine. You are incredibly merciful.
Incredible.
I'm
Hero
gonna
point.
stay
Hero
down.
point.
No. No hero point.
What?
Go ahead.
Okay.
I wanted him to give you a hint.
I'm gonna stay down. Oh, okay. And I'm going to. Can I cast spells while I'm prone? Is
Yeah.
that
Yeah,
okay?
absolutely. It'll realize that you're not actually dead, so.
Yeah. You know what I might do? Do I have this? Sorry, I should have. I was not on it. I was honestly not expecting that to work. I'm gonna cast invisibility on myself.
Okay.
So I'm
I
gonna
love
go,
it.
Yeah. Okay.
and we will deal with this.
Okay. Yeah. We're kicking this can down the road. I wasn't expecting that either, to be honest. The skeleton notices that what it thought it had killed is now no longer there for some reason. And you just hear this like this is just like fucking pissed off now. It's gonna swing the hook now at Keiko.
Go away. Why do you pick on Keiko?
Because you're
Jadrian hurt him, not me.
because you both keep poking it. 22 to hit.
Poking it.
I should have said nimble dodge, but I didn't. Yeah, that hits exactly.
Well, give me some damage then.
Isn't that good?
Probably not. Ooh, definitely not. Wow. Wait, really? Wow. Sorry. 26 points of damage
Ow.
as this hook comes slamming once more. This time up over your shoulder, the hook of the gaff comes lodges itself right in your back, right under your shoulder blade. Not fun in the least. Then it swings out its scimitar. Scimitar. At. Yeah, Jadrin hit it last time, so. At Jadrin. Oof. Now we're rolling rocks. 26.
That still hits, yeah.
I rolled really high on the last two, so you know. Get them where I can, I guess. Some damage. Approximately 13 points of slashing damage as this thing just rears its scimitar down. It's not like it gets through your armor necessarily, but just the weight of the force of this massive sword slamming into you is pain in and of itself. It doesn't like where it's at. Doesn't like where it's at all. There's only so much that it can really do about it. I think it's gonna try to tumble through. Keiko.
Wow.
Say it again. My
That's against your reflex DC.
good luck.
Yeah, it's not great at this, but it's like at the same time, can you imagine just a giant skeleton like instead of going around you, just like stepping over you? Makes sense to me in my head, but the rules
Right,
don't
yeah.
necessarily support it.
But Keiko's gonna put her wings out like this.
It's gonna go full like.
Yeah, it does not get through you. So it's just gonna stay there. It doesn't manage to somehow step over the 4-foot bird in front of it. Okay, well, with that being said, the skeleton fails in its attempt to move through Keiko, and it is now Levana's turn. Levana, you watch as Elsir goes limp on the end of the gaff hook, is thrown to the ground, and then disappears. What would you like to do?
You also notice Keiko bleeding intensely.
Profusely from multiple wounds.
Yeah, I'm gonna try the searing light again.
See what you got. Roll to hit.
This guy. 4th level. Once again. I'm trying.
Dice cam.
15 on the dice.
Dice cam.
Dice cam. Dice cam. 15 on the dice for a 26 to hit.
That hits exactly.
So that is going to be 12d6
Good.
if he is a fiend or undead.
I think he might be.
Which
You're
I
not
was
sure.
just-
You don't know. You haven't rolled a knowledge check on it. You haven't identified this creature yet.
Okay, so I'm going to separately.
Yeah, roll
Oh,
6 and
sorry.
then 6.
I was also mistaken. It's not. It's the fire. It's actually 2d6, and then an additional 2d6 if it's also in. So it's going to be either 7d6 or 14d6.
So go ahead and roll 7 and 7. Just for fun.
Okay.
Actually, just for flavor, roll 14, and if it doesn't work, I'll half it.
Okay. Well, I only have 10 d6s immediately available. So.
Those are rookie numbers. Gotta put those numbers up.
I know! Okay. So we've got 6, 8, 12. Was that right? Yeah. 13, 17, 20, 21, 26, 28, 29, and I roll 4 more.
Cause one.
Oh my gosh! They're all 6s and 4s. I was at 29,
Yeah.
33, 37, 41, 47.
Is that your final answer?
That is my final answer. 47 points of damage.
You sure?
So that was my first 2 actions.
Wait. You sure it was 47?
47.
It had exactly 47 HP left.
Shut up!
I'm not kidding. I'm
Wow.
genuinely serious. It had exactly 47 HP left. Please go
It's
ahead
a birthday.
and describe your holy fire.
Oh my goodness. So, what you see is Lavana just like seeing Elser across the cavern fall to the ground limply and then disappear. She cries out in horror and just like reaches out towards the sky again and just like summons this beam of blue and white and silver light that just like trifecta DNA looking like spirals down and hits him.
Comes through the ceiling. It's amazing.
Like,
Wow.
Nice.
Well, I mean, like from I
Mhm.
don't know what
So, this
it looks cool.
multitude of colorful flame erupts from the ceiling of this cavern, engulfing the creature. Emily Grace, your camera is slightly askew.
Oh, sorry. From the
I was
dice
wondering
cam.
if you were just
Yeah.
like standing up from excitement, and then I realized
No,
that,
I just didn't pay attention to how I like put it back up after the dice cam moment. I'm sorry. I
you
apologize.
watch as every last bone is disintegrated. The cartilage and sinew, what sinew there was, disintegrating as this thing is reduced to a pile of ash in front of you. How fitting that Emily Grace got the killing blow on
Yeah.
her birthday.
I cannot
Shot.
believe
Rolling
that
the most
worked.
the whole night, basically.
Yeah.
I was like,
Ugh.
I want that 4th level.
And as the remainder of the ash dissipates in the air, the wind in the cavern now blowing profusely, the same wind that you'd felt earlier, though not as strong in this chamber, stirring up the pile and scattering it into the wall, across the floor, into the chambers behind you. You watch as once again Kaulo hops through the door and flies up to a chest. A chest that was seated next to the great throne upon which the skeleton was seated. Kaulo hops precariously across the lid and then it clicks open.
Before we approach, I'm gonna really quick just cast a 3rd level heal on all of us.
Sure.
Oh, I'm gonna pop out of invisibility.
I'm alive! Surprise!
Sweet. You're not dead. Love that. Okay, everybody take 10 points of healing. If you need it.
I need it.
Yeah, if I needed.
I didn't need it.
So you see the now open lid of a chest seated next to the throne that is at about eye level for Jadrin and Elsir. But the stairs up make it hard to see for Lavanna and Keiko.
Keiko will run up to the chest.
You get up to it.
Like, is it like here?
It is
Next
there.
to the throne, right?
Get up to it. And you notice that it is sadly empty. The trials and tribulations that you had endured thus far for some unknown promise boiling up now to an utter disappointment. At the
I
lack
swear
of
to God,
presumable
if the treasure was the friends we
payouts.
made along the way, I'm going to kill them.
And you sit there for a moment before Kalo opens its beak once more.
Another clue, another puzzle.
My friends, you truly were the finest crew I ever had the pleasure of sailing with, and I'm sorry to say that the promised treasure was a ruse.
What?
I hope you will forgive me, but I turned it over to the Andoran captain in exchange for his promise to be lenient on all of you. That treasure bought your freedom, and I can think of no finer a purchase. The bird grows silent for a moment before leaping off the chest to perch atop a moldering drapery at the far side of the chamber to your southeast. The voice continues, "But fear not, my friends, because an old pirate like me always has one more secret, and this one is for you." You see that the drapery itself falls away. If I can click it, to reveal a small descending staircase.
Really quick, can I check the chest for like a false bottom or anything?
Sure,
Like,
go ahead and roll me a perception.
Okay. 31.
Yeah, so you drag your hands all along the bottom, the underside, you lift the chest up, around everything. No false bottom, no secret compartments, nothing that you can find.
All right. How is everybody feeling? Do
Keiko
we
just
need more
keeps
healing
going.
as we go?
Keiko just goes. She doesn't.
Keiko's just ready to get out of there.
She's mad. She got her chest. It was empty. She doesn't know what's going on. Her bird brain just needs to leave the room.
You descend...
but...
Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was going to say, you descend about 2 flights of stairs to find yourself in a large not empty, but a large open cavern with one side that exits into the ocean beyond. And there, sitting above the waves in a dry dock, is a glorious sailing sloop in near perfect condition. The parrot continues. I had a few enchantments cast to make sure it was ready for when the time was right. The ship, it's yours. Take it and see the world that I never did. And with that, the 4 of you are left with a pristine ship, now all to yourselves. And that, my friends, is where we'll end the tale of the Sundered Waves.
So
Nice.
it wasn't just the friends we made along the way. We got a ship.
Also got a nice new
We
ship.
got a nice boat.
Keiko loves the boat.
Thank you all so much for joining us on this very, very special birthday one-shot. Happy birthday, Emily Grace.
Happy birthday, Emily.
Big shout out to
Happy
Molly
birthday.
and Kate, who joined us for this awesome adventure. Really loved having you. Really enjoyed the chance to play some tabletop RPGs with you both. But with that, again, we will not be streaming next Sunday, as it is Mother's Day. But we will be back the following week, same time, same channel. I appreciate all of the support. Thank you so much. Happy birthday again to Emily Grace, and we'll see you all next time. Have a good night, everybody.